Hi, this is Tinmay, and we're back to Paranormasights. Today we're planning on continuing the Sato storyline because they just interests me way more than the other ones for the time being, even though the other ones are giving me so much needed background information. But first, I want to do some of the diving. I, I feel like it's better to do it either in the beginning or at the end. Uh, because instead of like doing it somewhere in the middle and just like breaking the entire flow of sorry. And my bad about the mic. Just forgot to unmute. Hey, let's dive in. And speaking of the birds, I got annoyed because uh, I accidentally got spoiled on Twitch. Not on Twitch. Spoiled on Twitter. Uh, on how the female love interest of Maverick Manny looks like. I don't know her name. I didn't see a description, but I just someone posted a screenshot of what she looks like, and I get spoiled, and I get so mad by the Twitter standards that I. Ooh, what is this? I'm I'm getting distracted by the shiny. Wait, where is it? Wait, hello? Where is it? I God damn it. I got so mad I just had to click I'm not interested in that post. Because I didn't want to get spoiled. It's opening. Which way did we go? Like here? Well, if we let's try not gathering and just looking around. Okay. Yeah. Uh, what? Wait, what is this? Are you for real? Why is it taking so long? No. What is this? What did I get? What is that? Am I even going to get anything? What? Did I do it for nothing? No, we have to go back. What was that? I'm so confused. Okay, but I cannot ignore an abalone when I see one. Think I'm not finished with it? I mean, there's still a question mark. What is this? What? There's another one? Wow. Oh my god. This is an abalone moment. Cat, is this for real? We got 3 abalones in one go. Okay, that's why I'm just going to ignore the. I ignored that question mark thing because the 3 abalones just distracted me. I triple abalone threats. Oh, it's new record too. Let me increase gathering. Wow. His hair is so luscious. What's his name, though? Gull and the Roses. Are we for real here? That's because no. I'm just shaking my head. Okay, let me come back. Wait, which way were we going? This way. Let me come back here and see what the fuck is. Oh, I didn't mean to swear. What is up? But I see abalone. Oh, this area is interesting because it has uh fewer things in general, but it has a like high level abalone thing. So let's see if I can. Those are low value, but let's see if I can just like boost my score. Oh my god. And another thing was that I saw on Twitter that fortunately wasn't a spoiler. Was that someone was saying, "Oh, my high score is like 4,000." And I'm like, "How? How did you do it?" Like, see, I cannot even go to 1K. So also that just got me thinking, okay, when I'm going to stream, I need to log in. Yeah, but like we haven't seen any of this like mysterious item. Like I don't know where it can be even. Okay, I'm flying. I feel like I'm flying. Mm-mm-mm. Like, where is it? I don't even know where to go. Okay, I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. And like, and what can it be that's worth more than an abalone? That's the biggest mystery. Wait, okay, yeah, that's not even my high score. Let's have a balanced build. Let's just bring everything to 4. And to dunk on Chia, we have to have a higher rank than her. Let's swim in this direction and see what we can figure out. There's like anything. Ah! Okay. Oh, I got goosebumps. Okay, this is just that was just to like show me. Okay, that's the end. Yes, we got it. But that was so spooky. I still have goosebumps, and it's not even. No. Ah, ah. What? No, I cannot. Why are they trying to scare me? Oh my god. was terrified. First I got like gross ghost jump scare. Then I got excited. And then my foot got stuck and it's like it's just a game, but like imagine that happening to you in real life on the water. That's terrifying. That was a roller coaster. But we got a lobster. One of Isa's signature products, this lobster is well known both as a luxury and a symbol of good fortune. It is especially prized for its rich, tender meat. Note: although harvestable in-game, the fishing season for Easter lobster only begins in October. I am so glad they told us that. See, like they have so much attention to the details. It's like, oh yes, we did it for the story reasons, but we have to tell you that this is not fiction. This is not 100% accurate. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, this place in particular kind of sucks. Okay, go, leave me alone. I'm trying. Okay. This is BS. At least I didn't get jump scared by it. But okay, yeah, we need to level up the swimming desperately. I was hoping this underwater gathering would be more chill than it actually was today, due to the reasons beyond our control. I'm still trying to calm down. It's crazy. Which way? Which way? Which way? Which way? Oh, I don't like you. I wonder if there's anything else, like any other question marks that I might be missing in here. Probably I could get lucky and get another lobster. Okay, I don't think, yeah. Oh, okay, so this isn't like that curse echo or whatever that goes, that wasn't the barrier. Then why couldn't I interact with it? That's so mysterious. Okay, let's score. That was pathetic. This is not a good place, but I keep forgetting like where I've been, where I haven't been, and what the best places. Like I'm not good with directions, so I'm also not good with underwater directions. So it all just looks the same to me, honestly. I'm very focused. How's the green urchin zone? I thought I was going to different places. My bad. Okay, and I picked the worst one. Jesus, urchins again. This is where I'm going to get stuck. Yeah. Am I going to die here? Okay, no. What? No, I didn't mean to do. I just wanted to swim up. I just want to swim up. This hole is pathetic. No. Okay, we must go to the opposite of the previous zone, right? Instead, I'm going to get bullied. We're going to sea urchins. So I have to go where the rocks are. I cannot go where the seaweed is, because then I'm going to get bullied. Got it. Noted. I'm abalone maxing again. Yes, I'm getting bullied by a person in my chat for going to sea urchins. We are so close. Wait, how many points do we need? 2K? Well, that's not going to be easy, considering how I'm doing right now, and I have almost everything maxed out. So it just appears that I'm going to need something more, like a strat, or some skills that I do not possess, which is a bad sign for me. And I don't see any lobsters. Do you think I'm gonna make it? For real, for real? I almost got 2K! Wow, wow. Because if I can get 2K, I can go back to the story. And then demand a price. Okay, this is not, no, this is not good. Okay, no, this is good. I lied about it being not good. Okay, okay, but I don't see anything high value in here. I messed it up somehow. God damn it. Okay, now it's all going to be maxed out. So now I just have to rely on myself. This feels like the best place to go. But like depending on the RNG. But it seems like the abalone and whatnot. And there's no abalones. Okay, now here. It appears to just like some rocks here. But lobster! Yes, 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 yes. I need to get 2K. I need to get 2K. Please, 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 please. I just hit the rock. Yes! Okay, we can stop diving. Yes, I want to return to the story chart. And oh wow. That just means okay, you unlocked everything in the underwater gathering for now. It was I believe it was this one. Resume. Here. Let's see what we're going to get. Yes, let's try talking to her again. About our prize. Yes, we want to talk. You know what's fun? Giving me stuff. Obviously, we're skipping it because we've seen it twice. Um, yeah, definitely it was just one day. That's what, yeah, I already did it. Give me a special prize. Let's see. Oh wow, you really did it. I sure did. That's amazing, Yuza. I guess you've earned yourself a prize. Here you go, a rare bird sticker I found while diving the other day. Okay, for us, it's great news, but like in the universe, I would be so mad if she's like, "Oh, I'm going to give you a prize," and it's just a sticker. I'd be like, "Are you for real?" Albatross boss. Yes, we can get the new bird lore, but there's. Oh, you lucky dog! I didn't think you'd get a new mockingbird sticker so soon. It looks like a rare one too. Okay, fair enough. If it's a rare one, if they both like it, fine. Oh, really? Nice. We can get the bird lore, but there is one more place where we need to go. We need to go to Grandma. I don't remember what her condition was, so let's just check it out. Museum. I don't remember which one it was. the beginning. Let's see. Maybe hers was the level. Oh, Grandma. Oh, Grandma, Grandma, Grandma. Will you seen your fate in another timeline? Is there even a skip button for all this? Because I'm just using my controller, just pressing really hard. Uh, this one? Oh, Grandma, why are you lying? Okay. I was going to leave it at that, but you're serious, aren't you? You've improved by leaps and bounds since I last saw you. Why, if I was to put it in numbers, you'd be rank 18. Wow, you can tell all that just by looking at me. Your grand's been around the ama diving block, you know? There's nothing more I can teach you. You'll make a fine ama diver user. Thanks, Gran. I'll do you proud as your successor. But I've been forbidden from diving for now, so since my life as an ama diver will have to wait. Okay, so I guess she's not giving us anything. Uh, let's move on to the story chart and get to the relationship chart. Starts a big bows. Albatross Boss, the leader of the Ocean Outlaws, a gang of hooligans who soar around the skies of a seaside town. His imposing size and taciturn demeanor have won the admiration of many birds, leading to his influence growing by the day. However, the truth is, he's really not thinking of much at all. His silence just happens to be interpreted in a flattering light by those around him. The bird who sold the world. If that's the case, based on the hairstyle, go on roses. A member of the Ocean Outlaws hooligan gang, usually found whiling away his days at the seaside. He has a tendency to suddenly show up whenever trouble begins brewing, just so he can stick his beak into the chaos. Despite being the only one to notice the lack of substance behind Albatross Boss's imposing demeanor, finds it more entertaining than anything else and has thus far elected to keep quiet about it. Oh, an Albatross boss has beef with Tit for Tat, because they're from different gangs. MC. Okay, no more messing around. No more underwater gathering. Now we're moving on to the chapter Shadow. A slash from the curse leaves Sata with a large wound on her chest. She dies, but only for a moment, and then resurrects in front of everyone, revealing that she is no normal person. She escapes in a panic, unsure of what will happen next. Huh? Was I asleep? Oh, right. I got attacked out of nowhere, right in the middle of Chua Street. Every time I come back to life, my head's always foggy and my memory's all over the place. Let's see, after I was cut down, Everyone saw me resurrect, so I panicked and started running around trying to hide. But in the end, Mr. Wakamura found me. Yeah, now it makes sense why he said, "Oh, I'm going to take care of it." Because he got proof that she's immortal. He told me to stay put in the house and keep my head down. Sounds like things are getting pretty chaotic on the island, all because of me. Apparently, Mr. Wakamura told everyone he would handle it, which helped smooth things over. What now? So now everyone knows I can't die. Be that as it may, I've still got something I need to do. This is it. Time to see it through. Today's been so hectic. I need to take a second, gather my thoughts, and figure out what comes next. Right now, over the southern sea of Kameshima, the curse of the raging waves is creating a huge storm that has started to churn the sea. They say it can whip up a violent storm without warning, the kind that can flip a boat in an instant. Mr. Wakamura plans to hand me over to Unkakudono to find a way to stop the curse. That handover is supposed to happen tomorrow. But Shotaro is against that plan, or she's just summing it all up for us. This morning he asked if I'd run away with him, escape the island, and flee to Tokyo. I don't trust him. I still don't trust him. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, so be it. I don't trust him for the time being. Oh yeah, I still haven't given him an answer. I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. I can't go with Shotaro. As for how to actually stop the curse of the raging waves, the information Tsu gave us this afternoon might help. Well, it would help if you could also share it with me. I should go over it again to get everything straight. Thank you. Earlier today, after Mr. Wakamura told me to wait here, we snuck out and went to talk to you. We learned some rather important info there. Okay, I hope this doesn't cause everything to move on to the next scene. Hey, are you kidding me? Wakamura's fixing to hand you over to someone to try and break the curse of the raging waves? Treating people like they're nothing but tools, that's just plain awful. Exactly. But if we can figure out how to lift the curse ourselves, then maybe it won't come to that. If you know anything about the curse of the raging waves, please, we need your help. Well, of course, I don't know what I'd do with myself if we lost you, Sato. Hmm. She's just lucky because she was helping Grandma. Well, reckon it's fine to tell you. I was about to tell Yuza and Azami later anyway. Come on, you two. I've got something to show you. I promise I'd tell Yuza and Azami tonight, but there's something I need to check, so I'll fill you two in first. Wow. She's just like, yeah, I'm going to tell the girls before the boys, even though the one of the boys is my grandson. Oh, thank you. There it is, just as I remember it. So, are you sure you're okay to be climbing these rocks with your injured leg? Oh, don't you worry about me. Still got a few tricks left in these old bones. Truth is, I put together a little shrine behind these rocks. Nobody else knows it's there, so it's been hidden here for ages now. Really? Was a shrine all the way out here? Finally! What? I thought I was a curse stone. This. Ooh, is this one of those bronze mirrors? I think I saw one in my history textbook once. It's kind of old and worn, but it's so small and cute. I think it is. It's a beauty, alright, but there's a lot more to it than its looks. The sound of crashing waves and the distant roar of the sea fills the air. The water is so nice, and yet something about it has me on edge. It has everyone on edge, to be honest. Having Tsukasa here with me means more than I can say. How far will she follow me in all this, I wonder? I'm pretty sure she'll follow you to the end of the earth. She's just that kind of cute, nice person, the evil cloud. She's not an evil clown, she's a hamster girl. Even out here, Tsuyu remains her usual calm, unshakable self. Unfortunately, that only makes it harder to tell where the jokes end and the serious talk begins. I think I might have picked up a bit of that from her. Let's see what Tsuyu has to say. What do I think? Wait, I know that bronze mirror, no way! Wow, so she remembers it. Tsuyu, what exactly is that mirror? This here, it used to belong to Mare, Yusa's mother. Wait, Yusa's ma? Well, to be precise, Mare found it at the bottom of the old well. After she came to Kameshima. Okay. The old well? That's where this bronze mirror came from? Sure is, though I don't know much beyond that, I'm afraid. Anywho, she said we had to keep it enshrined somewhere that overlooked the southern sea, so we tucked it away back here. It was here even back when Mara was still alive, so that's gotta be near 20 years now. It's a long time. So does that mirror have some connection to the curse of the raging waves? Sure does. Listen, all I'm about to tell you is just what Mara once told me. But I trusted her with all my heart, so I'll speak as if I know it all to be true. Yes, of course. This curse of the raging waves isn't some tiny little curse that someone can just throw out whenever they like. It's a massive curse that's been churning down off the southern coast of Kameshima for a good 400 years, non-stop. So yeah, so since the other island was drowned. Wait, seriously? If that's true, wouldn't there be a huge storm all the time? There's the thing, the curse had been sealed away all this time, held back. By what? All because of a sacrifice offered up 400 years ago. A sacrifice? Yes, a real sacrifice. You don't mean like symbolically, you're saying someone was actually sacrificed to keep the curse at bay. I mean, Tsukasa, I don't think you should be so surprised because it was 400 years ago. So there could be human sacrifices back then. Exactly, many, many years ago, someone made the ultimate sacrifice, but thanks to that, the source of the curse was sealed away. And this here bronze mirror supposedly belonged to the very person who was sacrificed. No way. Thing is, even with that sacrifice, after 400 years, the effects that held back the curse are getting weaker and weaker. Wait, really? So in other words, now that the curse is overpowering its seal, the curse of the raging waves could be set loose again? That's how it seems. But at the same time, it seems the curse itself has become a lot weaker over the last 400 years. Even though with this seal wearing thin, the power of this bronze mirror has been able to keep it at bay. It's managed to hold back the curse of the raging waves for the past 10 or so years. Okay. The mirror doesn't hold a candle to a real sacrifice, but still, it's got enough power to suppress the curse. But if Sato recognizes the mirror, who was the sacrifice? Right, so if it wasn't for that mirror, the curse might have already swallowed up the island. But if that's the case, Mara wasn't a curse bearer trying to unleash the curse at all. In fact, she was the complete opposite. She found the mirror and was trying to hold it back, right? Well, that's true, but it ain't quite the whole story. Ooh, what do you mean? Also, like, how did Mara know all of this? If she found it, like, at the bottom of the well? Did someone tell her? We're going to finally find out where she's from and see if any of our predictions and theories were right. To explain what I mean, I need to tell you about where Mara came from. I thought no one knew where she came from. Sorry for keeping it from you. The truth is. So the first theory was right. Mara was a descendant of a place called Taishima, an island that was wiped off the map long ago. That was one of the first ones. Oh my god. Wait a second, Taishima? Isn't it the place where the curse of the raging waves started after it got invaded or something? Oh, yeah, so okay, so it all makes sense because obviously if people were accusing her of being the curse bearer and the curse would activate if there was a descendant of the raiders, that like threw us off uh, the trail. But like I remember the initial thought was that she was from Taishima because of all those circumstances. But now it just makes sense that like someone, even though like all this bad stuff happened on the island, there was someone. I wonder if that was just her father or something. Because they say um, in the files. Wait, because there was something about a survivor. So I think one of the descendants of the island sacrificed themselves because they were like, okay, all this bad stuff caused the curse to happen, but we probably don't want to kill people. Um, well, get people killed. And that's how she knew about it. It was probably like passed down over generations because that probably happened 400 years ago. So that's why she knew there was this mirror born from the sacrifice, and that's why it was on the bottom of the well. But then, if why is Sato recognizing it? Okay, let's just continue. Isn't it the place where the curse of the raging wave started after it got invaded or something? That's the one. Hold on, I heard that Maya was a descendant of the people who destroyed Taishima. That she was the one who brought the curse. Yeah, maybe that was just quite the opposite. Her ancestors were the ones being destroyed. Well, dang, that sure changes the story. And now the question is like, if what we've heard about like the opposite, was it said just like based on assumptions and was an honest mistake, or was it said deliberately to pin the blame on her? Well, dang, that sure changes the story. But what does that mean exactly? Mara told me that folks from Taishima passed down a duty. from generation to generation. The duty? She said it would be 400 years since the disaster during her generation, and that meant she had to be the one to see it through, a sacrifice. To carry out that duty, first the curse of the raging waves had to be removed, once and for all. They needed to wait for the curse to weaken, and so many a generation passed for that to happen. So the duty wasn't just to stop the curse, that was just the first step? Right. Mari came to Kameshima because she was meant to fulfill that duty. Apparently, she spent years waiting on the island, watching for a sign the curse was starting to weaken. So that also tracks with, like, her just walking around the island looking for something. Eventually, she ended up marrying my little Tosuke, but it seems that was never part of the plan. Aww. I feel I feel even more like I already felt bad for her, but now I feel even more because like she came here because of the duty that she had to fulfill. But then she fell in love and went to start a family. But it was probably like never going to be happy end because with kind of this kind of stuff, it was probably another sacrifice that had to be made. Hmm. She often used to chuckle about it, saying that you never know when or where fate will bring someone into your life. Yeah, she sounded for the exact opposite of what she was doing, yeah. And she was treated like she was vilified. I had no idea. Then we come to 5 years ago. So was it where that was when she was trying to stop it? 395 years since the curse of the raging waves had begun. She said the time had finally come, that the curse was now weak enough. I still remember her saying how, if she offered the mirror now, she could remove the curse for good. She could complete her duty. Offer the mirror, okay. Remove the curse for good? Well, even hearing all that, I was still only half convinced the curse wasn't just an old folk tale. Yeah, I don't think anyone can blame you. So then, what exactly was her duty? She said she'd only tell me once it was all over and done with. Okay, so she wasn't supposed to die if she... Probably if she said she would tell her. Alright, the sudden sea disaster. In the end, I never got to hear what her duty was. Maya was taken by the sea before she could tell me. After that disaster, I was a mess inside. Couldn't think straight for ages. But now, with all this going on, I figured it was time I finally talked about what happened. Hmm. So now the question remains why she was killed when she was about to tell that information to Yusa. And was it a coincidence? Because the killer said he would attack all women, and she had a mirror on her. Maybe the condition is just having a mirror on you. Was it a coincidence, or maybe they wanted to stop her from telling this stuff to Yusa because maybe Yusa being a son of Mari, maybe he can do the thing to stop the curse. Oh, so you also think that that's the condition to like having a mirror on you. Like you don't have to use it because I don't think like all those women around that were killed in the other timeline. Oh, well, they weren't killed yet in this timeline. I don't think they were all using a mirror. So, but like it was established that like that was a new souvenir and that Kikuko was giving people all at those mirrors. So that would have made it so easy for the killer. But also the question is like, doesn't it seem like too convenient of a coincidence, or was it planned somehow? Because like I wouldn't say normally that every single woman would have a mirror on her, especially in a place like that where I don't think they usually would pay attention to their appearance so much that they would carry a hand mirror on them at all times during the day. Sorry for rambling. That day, 5 years ago, out of blue, Mary suddenly said the time had come. She headed out to the sea, bronze mirror in hand, ready to end the curse once and for all. But you know the rest. I reckon she failed to do it. She failed? And then that triggered the storm and the whole disaster? Hmm. That's how it looks. Thinking back, it hadn't quite been 400 years yet. Maybe she rushed it, felt like time was running out. Maybe that's why Yuza feels like time is running out. Maybe that's why he's setting a deadline. I think she tried to end it, and the curse just lashed back, causing the tragedy. But what? But like, why did she take? Why did they take San with, like Yuza with them? I know folks want to blame her, but I could never really say anything to stop them. One curious thing though, Mary took this bronze mirror with her when she set out. But when Yusa was the only one found alive, he had the mirror on him. Okay. Maybe that's what saved him. Just him, by some miracle. Maybe. At the very least, I'm grateful that he came back safe. Yeah, when they found Yusa that day, I remember bawling my eyes out. I was so relieved. After that, I offered a little prayer of thanks to the mirror and quietly returned it to this shrine in the bay. They were going to sacrifice Yusa with the mirror. Oh my god. But, hmm. But if it wasn't part of the plan, then it just. So the question is like, was it a part of the plan to? Because she said like it wasn't part of the plan to marry Tsuyu's son. So now, was it not a part of the plan to marry him specifically, or it wasn't a part of a plan to have a family? Hmm. Let's keep going and see. For the next 5 years, there was no sign of the raging waves. Everything stayed calm up until now. That does explain a lot. But there's still one thing I can't quite make sense of. What's that? Oh, she's asking the same question. I know she took Toshiko with her as he was the one who handled the boat, but I never understood why she'd take little Yusa with her too, yeah. Ah yeah, that is a bit odd. Yusa says he doesn't remember a thing, so we'll probably never know the truth. Not to mention that Mara's so-called duty also still remains a mystery, yeah. All that's left is this bronze mirror and 5 long years since then. Darn. I kept hoping that maybe, just maybe, the curse of the raging waves would fade away on its own. But now they say it's growing stronger again, and I have to say that the despair is setting in. So something just came to mind. What is it, Tsukasa? Yusa is Mara's son, right? So that means he's also a descendant of Taishima, yes? Ooh! Oh yeah, okay, that's also true and it's not as grim as we thought. Yeah. What if Mary passed on the duty to him and taught him how to deal with the curse? Oh, that's a good point. Maybe she brought Yuza along just in case things didn't go as planned, to carry things on if she couldn't. And I think that's what he's doing. Because he still seems to, I think he seems to know more than we've been, we've been informed of so far. Now that you say it, that actually makes a lot of sense. Truth is, I've been wondering if that boy's starting to remember something. Oh? It's not exactly an easy thing to bring up to him, you know? But since we're finally talking about all this, I figure it's time I ask him straight. I see. Though, honestly, Yuza couldn't hide anything from anyone, let alone from us. I don't know. I thought the same. But boy's as transparent as glass. What is she thinking about? Mari tried to end the curse of the raging waves and failed. It cost her life and caused a disaster. So just offering the bronze mirror wasn't enough. What was missing? A human sacrifice? Question mark? So, listen, Sato. You need to tell them there's no need to rush with all this nonsense. The bronze mirror's holding the curse of the raging waves back for now. Yeah, and maybe Yuza actually knows how to get rid of the curse with that mirror. Yeah. But it didn't work for Mare, not with the bronze mirror alone. What if the sacrifice that needs to be made isn't to sacrifice someone from Taishima, but one of the descendants of the invaders? The curse is still out there, so maybe it really does need me to, Sato, you okay? You're acting kind of weird. Think she remembered. Think she remembered something. It's not good. I thank you too for telling us all of this. I think it's time I told you both something too. I actually remembered something the other day about who I used to be. Okay, let's fucking go. Wait, you mean you remembered even more? Yeah, sorry I didn't say anything sooner. I I guess I'll just spill it. I kinda had a feeling. The one who was sacrificed here 400 years ago, that was me. So it was also, as I thought, like she could be the descendant of the invaders, but again, why would they bring a woman with them? So it has to be Sato. So I feel like Wakamura just has it all like all the opposite. But it would make sense that she has to be sacrificed. Hmm? What? Wait, hold on. 400 years ago? You're pulling my leg at a time like that? Like this. No, you see, the truth is. Well, I'll be. So you're telling me you're immortal? I promise you ain't pulling my leg. This one's a bit hard to swallow. I think the reason the curse is getting stronger is because I woke up 3 months ago after sleeping deep down on the seafloor. I think me waking up weakened the seal that was holding the curse back. Whoa, wait. So when you said you'd been asleep for hundreds of years, you meant you were actually sacrificed at the bottom of the ocean? That's awful. That's right, I was sacrificed to seal the curse at its source, so that's why she remembers the mirror. It wasn't to remove it though, it was just a way to keep it from seeping out. It was just a temporary fix. a stopgap until someone found a way to remove it for good. You say it's temporary fix from your perspective, but from the perspective of the people, like 400 years is a good amount of years for a temporary fix. Yeah, that said, it did last for 100 years, I suppose. That's hard to even imagine. But after those 400 years, the curse was supposed to have weakened, and the way to end it should have been passed down. You mean by Mari? I guess she never had the chance. Maybe there's a chance that she did pass something on to Yuza. Maybe, but if she didn't, that would mean that I have to be the sacrifice again. Oh. Whoa, Sato, no, that's not how it has to be. That has to be the reason I'm immortal. Sato, I never should have woken up. Everyone here took me in, even though I didn't remember a thing. I didn't want to lose all that warmth, so I kept quiet. I'm so sorry. Oh. Sato. But if it comes to it, I'll take responsibility. I'll be the sacrifice again. No, Sato, don't talk like that. You already protected us for 400 years. That's more than enough. I refuse to let you go through that again. She's a true friend. There has to be a reason that you woke up now. You weren't needed to seal the curse anymore. I know it. She's right. We'll find a way to keep you safe through this, Sato. In truth, the curse has been perpetually active ever since its inception. The sacrifice offered 400 years ago merely served to seal the source of the calamity during this time. It is believed that Mari Minakuchi attempted to lift the curse once and for all, only for her failure to give rise to the disaster 5 years ago. Hmm. I got a bit overwhelmed back there. But Tsuyu and Tsukasa both told me that there was no need for me to be the sacrifice. Still, I can't help but feel I have to do something. Of course, if there's anything I can do to avoid being sacrificed, I'll do it. No signs of anyone out there. I wonder where Mr. Wakamura is. It's already pitch black outside. It's quiet. Too quiet. It's putting me on edge. The phone's quiet now. Let's hope it stays that way. Yeah, I agree. Kameshima is still in his usual spot. It's weirdly reassuring to see him. I agree. I need to take a sip. Okay, let's think. After talking with Tsuyu, we put the bronze mirror back in the shrine. With the curse so unstable right now, moving it away from the shrine seemed like a bad idea. Tsuyu said she plans to tell Yuza and Asami the same thing she told me. And if that leads to anything new, they'd let us know. Bronze mirror definitely was something I owned a really long time ago. I never imagined it held power strong enough to suppress a curse, though. But even offering it up didn't fully get rid of the curse of the raging waves. Which means there must be some other condition that wasn't met. The real key to ending the curse has to be tied to something or someone related to Mari. Hopefully, Tsuyu will be able to tell the others more about that. That said, it's possible Unka Kudono already has the exact same information. Earlier today, I got a creepy call demanding I turn myself in. They said if I didn't comply, an assassin with a curse would start killing people. I didn't go. And sure enough, later that evening, I was struck out of nowhere by some invisible slash and killed. Oh yeah, because she ran away, so she doesn't know that other people were killed too. Whoever did it was probably testing whether I'd really come back to life while also showing off their power all in one go. Yeah, I agree with her assumption here. And it worked perfectly. The island went into panic, with people both terrified of me for not dying and of the one who attacked me. If it really was an assassin mixing among the locals that used a curse to do all that, we're in serious trouble. A curse that can kill someone instantly from a distance. That's not just dangerous, it's terrifying. I agree. None of the curses I've ever known work like that. They were never that convenient or all powerful. They say when you curse someone, you're cursing yourself as well. Using a curse always comes with risks, or with strict conditions. To target me so precisely, in that exact moment and place, from somewhere I couldn't even see? There must have been some really specific conditions to pull it off. Yeah, I think it's the hand mirror. I should try to recall the cursed slash that hit me and see if there is anything else I can remember. It seems that Mr. Wakamura still hasn't figured out who the assassin is either. Whoever they are blending in with the locals and triggering the curse with ease. I think it's Shotaro. As far as I know, only a psychic with a powerful spirit sense could use a curse like that. Is there really someone like that on this island? Killing definitely won't stop with just the attack on me. Oh, at least she's aware of that. Even the man on the phone was ranting about killing everyone off one by one. Well, at least for the moment, it seems pretty quiet outside. Still, there's no telling when it'll start. It already started, girl. If that color really can wield the curse, maybe turning them down wasn't the smartest move. Then again, there's no way I was just going to hand myself over. And like Shotaro said, there's also a chance the color was working for Unkakudono. The attack. It was brutal. I changed clothes and the wound's gone now, but can't stop the cold sweat. My body still remembers the pain. But I'm the only one who can get to the bottom of this curse. I need to think back, remember exactly what happened when I was cursed. There has to be some kind of clue. Was there any sign, anything at all before I was struck? Yeah, though there was a pretty big sign in your mirror. Wait, that's right, just before I was slashed. I saw something reflected in the hand mirror, a mysterious shadow. If I remember correctly, it looked like a warrior in armor, carrying a sword. Wait a second, could it be? Was that the curse of the Heike I heard about yesterday? Yes, it was. A curse that delivers a single hate-fueled strike from a sword. And its shadow was already there before I was hit, which means if I can spot that armored warrior's shadow again, it would mean the assassin using the curse should be nearby. Damn it, I should have asked more questions yesterday. That cursed shadow. It showed up in the mirror, but when I turned around, there was nothing there. Does that mean maybe it's only visible in mirrors? If that's true, I might be able to use this Kameshima or hand mirror to spot the shadow before the curse strikes. I could go looking for it with the mirror. Maybe I should practice a bit. Ooh, that's a new mechanic. Let's try using the mirror, just a little test. Okay, here goes. Yeah, looks like I can use this mirror to search for things behind me. Let's do a little practice first. Let me try reflecting the Kameshima flag in the mirror. Once I can see its reflection, I'll take a closer look at the mirror. Yeah, it is a spooky mechanic. Okay, but like, oh, okay. Is this good enough? Ah, there you are, Kameshima. Okay, this works. I can see the Kameshima flag in the mirror. Maybe using a mirror isn't the important thing, but rather not looking at it directly. Okay. Okay, if I can catch the shadow of the mirror before anything happens, then maybe I can find the assassin right as they're about to use a curse. Wait, one problem. If anyone on the island sees me now, it'll just cause more panic. I'll have to stay hidden while I move around. Oh no, I hope it's not going to be a sneaking segment. But let's go. I guess for now I just need to do whatever I can. If I can find that armored shadow again, maybe I can at least deal with the curse. I'll have to try and avoid places with lots of people around though. Mental Gear Sato. Damn. This isn't going to work. There are too many people around here. I should try somewhere else. And why did you give me the option? This area seems pretty empty. Time to take a look around while I have the chance. Wait, didn't you say she was meeting Yuza and Azami here later? I should look around quickly before anyone shows up. Yeah, if you could like stop the curse so that it wouldn't kill the grandma, that would be great. Still, even if I do find that shadow again, does that mean I'm going to get slashed again? Probably. Okay, let's take a look around. Maybe I can find the shadow of the mirror. What the? It's there, I saw it! As I thought I can see anything directly, but it was right there, right by those rocks. Which means that the assassin should be nearby. What do I do? Is there anything out of the ordinary nearby? Is there? This star looks pretty out of the ordinary. Ugh! Who is that? Who's that? Damn it, they took off. Wait! Is that a child? Damn it, I lost them. Well, someone as out of shape as me never had a chance to catch up. I don't even really know if they went this way. This is hopeless. Damn it, completely out of breath. I didn't think this far ahead. What did I think I was gonna do if I actually found someone? Kill them. Anyway, running around in the dark isn't gonna get me anywhere. But I did see that shadow again, along with someone suspicious nearby. Taking off like that the second I saw them was just about the most obviously suspicious thing they could have done. It pretty much confirms there is an assassin using a curse to attack people on the island. just like the phone caller threatened. But even if that's the case, is there anything I can do to stop it? I mean, I'm not exactly built to fight. I'm pretty sure I'd lose to just about anyone. I can't do this alone. I have to find someone to help me. But who can I even ask at a time like that? Wait, hang on. Wasn't Tsuyu supposed to be meeting Yuza and Azami down by the bay? Oh, please, no. I'm gonna get back and warn her, now! I can't breathe, so I don't... Shit! I'm here barely. No, 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 no. I was hoping that us doing this thing here, in Sato's storyline, that would have chased the person off and it would change stuff and Grandma wouldn't die. But apparently not. Tsuyu, wake up. Was I too late? No, this isn't happening. Wait, what about Yuza and Azami? Weren't they supposed to meet her here? There are footprints. Maybe they plan to get help already. Tsuyu! No, this is the same wound as mine. It's hopeless. She would have died in an instant. There's nothing anyone can do. I'm so sorry. I'll come back though. I'll make sure you're probably late to rest. Did you check if the mirror is still there? After that, Sato returned to the island city center, which had turned into a living nightmare. Countless others had already fallen victim to the curse. Bloody bodies lay scattered across the ground. People fled in panic, screaming and confused. Some turned on others, shouting wild accusations. Others broke down, wailing in helpless hysteria. Many clung to lifeless loved ones, crying in despair. In the midst of the chaos, not a single person paid Sato any mind. Sato Shiranami wandered through the devastation, overcome with guilt. If she had only done more, maybe this tragedy could have been prevented. No, if I had just listened. If I had just done what the damn phone caller had told me, none of this would have happened. It's barely giving us clues of how we can get to a different timeline. This is all my fault. It's all because I dared to hope. Hope that I could keep on living. You can. We'll fix it somehow. This is all wrong. I was never supposed to be here. It's all wrong. This body, my life, maybe it's better if it just ends now. I'll surrender to the assassin right now. If that stops any more people from getting hurt. No. There's a pool of fresh blood. Someone must have collapsed here too. I have to find the assassin. I need to tell them that I'll surrender before my lives are lost. I know it's very serious, but I'm still looking for stickers. Ooh! Actually, it's your fault because you told me not to go. Mr. Wakamura, where did you... Sato, where's Tsukasa? Tell me where Tsukasa Awawa is right now. Huh? Tsukasa? Why Tsukasa? Can't believe I missed it. I figured Unkakudono had a couple secret kits stashed somewhere. But Tsukasa, wow, she was one all along? You've not been keeping it secret from the start. Bro, I don't think this is the time. What? What are you talking about? The goddamn assassin's gotta be working for Uka Kudana, so it has to be her. Where is she? Gotta get my hands on her, put an end to this mess. Stop wasting time and talk. Uh... I forgot where she was supposed to be. So, I don't know. I kinda don't want to... He might be right this time, but seeing as he's been off before, I kinda don't want to lead him to her. If we have to retry it, so be it, but I don't remember where she was supposed to be. Let's try the bay. I, I think she's down by the southern bay. The bay? Got it. That was close. I'm gonna find Tsukasa before he does and warn her. She really is hiding. I bet she'll be up on the Kantakisha ruins. Okay. No time to waste. I guess I did choose the option I wanted to choose. Someone's here. Oh, this is when they're going to meet up. What the hell? Oh. Sato. Sato, Yuza just... Both of you need to get out of here. It's dangerous here. Hurry. But what about Yuza? There's no time. Just go. Serious deaths continue to occur amongst the island's residents, and it is not long before the same tragedy befalls Yuza. Zami and the others are left helpless and overwhelmed by grief. Damn it, what the hell is going on? What the fuck happened to Yuza? How could you just die like that out of nowhere? You managed to live through the disaster 5 years ago just to die like this? And still the whole island turned on you, blamed your mom for everything. They rejected you even when you said you wanted to become an ama diver. What the hell did you do to deserve that? But you never once complained, just kept going like it was nothing. You did everything right. Someone like you deserved so much better. You deserved to be happy, damn it. I would have done anything to make that happen. And yet I couldn't do a damn thing. I'm sorry. I'm so damn sorry, Yuza. This shouldn't have been the way for you to go. How could the gods think this is fair? How? Hey, Tsukasa. Sorry, I know this is a terrible time. But there's something important I need to tell you. Yeah, go ahead. There aren't many people around here, so it's nothing like the chaos in town. It's so quiet here, it almost feels like the whole nightmare earlier was just a dream. If only that were true. Compared to how shaken Azami is, Tsukasa seems rather calm given the situation. She's probably wondering why I'm staying so composed right now, too. Ah, the lighthouse. I should leave him be for now. I don't think Tsukasa's the assassin, but I should make sure. You think she would do it just to get the validation from her papa? I mean, she would know about the hand mirrors. Wait. Did she design the hand mirrors as well? Was it her idea? Then it would make... It would make sense for her to know. Yeah, hopefully it's not the hamster girl. 'Cause I don't want it to be her. I like you. She get manipulated by your dad, or what's going on, Scott? Try to stay calm and listen, okay? Hmm? I spoke to Mr. Wakamura earlier. Apparently this Unkakudono person might actually be your father. Huh? Wait, what? Wait. Are you serious? You're saying my pa Yamashina is Unkakudono? That's what he said. Not sure if it's true or not. I think he would know. But Mr. Wakamura's already made up his mind. He's convinced that makes you the assassin. If he finds you, who knows what he'll do? Oh, that's crazy talk. Me? An assassin? Come on, that makes no sense. I know, I don't believe it either. That's why we need to find the real assassin as soon as possible. Yeah, but easier said than done. Seto, Tsuyu's gone and so is Yuza. Yeah, I never thought it would come to this. I'm scared. What are we supposed to do now? I didn't manage to find out any more about the curse of the raging waves, but right now we have to find the assassin. Earlier down by the bay, I saw the cursed shadow again, as well as someone running away. Wait, the shadow? Hmm? Sorry, I need to check something curse related real quick. Oh no. The curse? Alright, earlier Huh? What is it? Are you trying to remember something? Okay, that's weird. I know, I can check with the hand mirror to make sure that the shadow is nearby. Okay, but even if you check it, it's not like you can do anything. We've already seen it. To the lighthouse, to the lighthouse. Is there one behind her? Ah, damn it. What was it? I can't remember. Wow, don't scare me like that. Skasa, what's the matter? I guess the shock has made me forget. I don't know. Right before it happened, Yusa realized something important, but I'm blanking on it now. Did she try to prevent me from fighting the shadow? I hope not. Huh? Something important? Yeah, Yusa said he figured out the condition that the curse needed to affect someone. Shit. I think what we'll need to do, if it works the same as the previous game, is that we'll have to, as Sato, agree to go. Then the assassin will not kill people, maybe, hopefully. And then Yusa will know the condition. And then, like, and then like, it's for us as a player to find out. And then we'll probably have to go back to the timeline where he died and nudge the characters that are left to do it. That's what I think is going to happen. User said he figured out the condition that the curse needed to affect someone. I swear he said something about being marked by something, but I can't really remember. He was just about to say who the culprit was too, and then, well, that happened to him. Marked? Oh, I can't remember. Just thinking about that moment is making me sick. Oh no, Tsukasa, it's okay. Don't force yourself to remember. I won't, but still, I do remember one thing he said. He thought that the curse could only target women from the island, but now that he was targeted... Oh, hold on a second. I think I see what he was getting at. Sato, did you figure something out? What's the marker? That's my take. A mirror? That's it, the Kameshima hand mirror. It's gotta be that. I knew it. See? 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 Yusa took that mirror out of his pocket right before it happened. Yeah? He lifted it up to about his neck and then his head was chopped off. And when I was attacked, I had the hand mirror in my jacket pocket too. So it seems like a double-edged sword because on one hand, if you check the mirror, you can see that there is a curse bear nearby. But then on the other hand, like if you have it on you, you can be attacked. That's gotta be it. Didn't they say those hand mirrors were handed out to everyone on the island? Whoa, Zam, you feeling okay now? He's locked in. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry you had to see me like that. But if we're this close to finding out who did all this, then this is no time to be moping around. First things first, it's either of you still have that mirror. Get rid of it now. Oh, good point. So, Sato, you figured it out, haven't you? The one behind this curse? The assassin who uses curse to kill so many. Do I know? I don't think I know. Huh? No, sorry, I hadn't figured out that much yet. Oh, I just figured out it had to be whoever handed out those hand mirrors, no? Yeah, that makes sense, so then... Her? I don't remember who was handing out the mirrors. I know we talked to her about the mirrors, but I don't remember. It has to be Kikuko, right? You think she never actually died? Wait, you think Kikuko was killed too? Yeah, we saw her lying in a pool of blood by the jetty. Yeah, now I'm wondering, yeah? You did? I was just there earlier. Oh yeah! Shit! Yeah, because there was a pool of blood, but there's no one there. I remember seeing a large blood stain, but no body. And it makes sense, because she was also, she was also on the mainland for a bit. Okay, I went to the wrong tab. Yeah, she left Kameshima for a bit. I remember seeing a large bloodstain, but no body. Really? I guess someone must have moved her? No, I don't think so. In all this chaos, who's got time to move a body with everyone panicking like this? Where would they even move her? There's so many dead, we barely have the time or space to lay folks down and cover them up. That's true. Maybe she never actually died? Managed to get up and walk off on her own? But if Kikuko is the assassin, why would she let herself get hit by the curse's attack? Wait, if she managed to get up from the dead? I mean, I doubt it, but maybe she's immortal like you, Sato. No way. What was that? You said that so casually, but I could have sworn you just said Sato is immortal? Oh well. It's kind of a long story, but yeah, that's basically what it boils down to. So that's what happened earlier. That explains what everyone was talking about. Still, I don't think there are others like me out there. You think so? Is it really that rare? I don't really have any frame of reference. I have another theory that's more likely. Yeah, I also think she was just faking it. Sammy, did you get a good look at Kiko's wounds? I mean, not really. It was pretty dark out and we were kind of panicking. Wait, are you saying maybe she wasn't actually hurt at all? The most likely explanation is that she got up after faking her death. Maybe she faked being a victim using fake blood or something to avoid suspicion. So she waited for others to see her and then just slipped away in the confusion. I mean, that would probably give her a good alibi. I will, no one would suspect her, but like obviously after that she wouldn't be able to go back to the island. Oh, guess the cat's out of the bag. Go away! No! Oh no. Kikuko, you really are still alive. Yep, I hate to break it to you, but I ain't immortal or anything fancy like that. Just fake blood is all. No, you were so nice. And you were a girl boss. I was hiding out by the lighthouse, but then I heard you all talking, so I figured I might as well come out. Too bad you figured it all out. There really is no turning back for me now. Sato, I was told to bring you in, even if it means killing every last person on the island. Yen should give us a sticker! Oh no, oh no, oh no! Is it a... Doesn't matter, we already tossed those damn mirrors, the curse can touch us now. Just so you know. Glasses! Shit! Just so you know, I've got your friend Tsukasa Awa marked even now. You're the one person I cannot forgive. Huh? I am? How? The curse target was just tied to the hammer. Glasses! Her glasses! No, don't kill her, please, 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 please. She's just bluffing. Sato, get behind me. I'm not letting her take you. It's pointless. Disobey me and Tsukasa will be first to die. Oh, it's not like we have any other options. But like, if it's glass and it's not just mirrors, then that makes the curse like so much more OP, because obviously you have like all the people with glasses, but also like imagine if you had like a glass bottle on you. I guess that's just OP. I feel like until we thought it was just hand mirrors, like okay, that was like specific enough to make sense. It's like okay, it's a very powerful curse, so it needs a strict condition. But that's not strict enough. I feel like you can get a bunch of like, you can just carry like, I don't know, a piece of like glass from the sea. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. What if you're doing like Christmas shopping and you have like Christmas ornaments that are made of glass? What if I think a glass bottle would be most common, but like I don't know. It's too big. No, I surrender. I'll go with you quietly. What? Sato, what are you saying? Now is not the time to be joking. I know, I've made up my mind. I cannot let anyone get killed because of me. There's no resisting this curse, it's too strong. Sato, no! Good. Smart choice. Otherwise, everyone on the island would have perished. Ikuko, why are you doing this? You grew up here too. Does this place mean nothing to you? I guess I have some feelings for this place. But if I didn't sever those ties, my world would never change. What the hell are you talking about? He is the only one who ever sparked a change in my miserable excuse for a life. Wait. If she said she cannot forgive Tsukasa, is she also a daughter of Unka Kudono? Because that's why she was mad at Tsukasa. Now he'll finally acknowledge me. I'll become who I was meant to be. Or am I just tweaking right now? But she had parents, so now the question is, does her mom cheat or what? Yeah, her parents. So is she one of the illegitimate children because her mom cheated? I don't know. Especially if he's favoring Tsukasa. Oh yeah, it is possible because like he's meeting up with Tsukasa in secret. It would make sense, yeah. I'll become who I was meant to be. That's the reason for all this? This island never cared about people. Always just blamed everything on curses. Surely you all understand wanting to destroy this shithole. I just took up the reins. Someone needed to break the cycle. Now I can finally start living my own life, free from all that bullshit. Anyway, we need to get moving. There's a boat waiting out back. If you follow us, I'll kill Tsukasa. Do yourselves a favor and stay right there, okay? Thank you, both of you. Please don't try to follow. It's too dangerous. God damn it. No, Sato! But if Sato already told Tsukasa that she thinks her dad is Unkakudono, at least she might know where Sato would be to go and save her. Unfortunately. Oh no. Oh no, I can't have people that know my identity just walking away, especially not you, Tsukasa. Shit. But how are you going to kill Azami in all this? The following day, the bodies of Azami Komoi and Tsukasa Awao. How did she get him? Were found beneath the lighthouse, collapsed together in a lifeless heap. Azami, who'd been helping search for the curse's mark, tried to take Tsukasa's place. Okay. But ended up caught in the curse instead. The tragedy that struck Kameshima didn't end there. Right after the assassin left Kameshima with Satoshi Ranami, a new calamity followed. The goddamn curse of the raging waves. A violent storm, born of the curse of the raging waves, erupted in the seas around the island. As expected, the curse could not be sealed away by the bronze mirror alone. Ferocious winds and towering waves pounded the island for 3 days and nights, leaving devastation in their wake. This island cannot seem to be able to catch a break. Most islanders who had tried to flee the tragedy by boat that night were lost to the storm and remain missing to this day. Among them was the assassin behind the incident. What? And Satoshi Ranami, who went along with her. Everyone just died? She was never to be seen again. Hold up, we need to go back. Ending 1. The tragedy of Kameshima. We got our first ending. Well, we don't know if Sato died or just disappeared. But I guess it doesn't matter. We got the first ending. And it's the worst one. Because everyone is dead. Everyone is dead. But we found out so much about Mare, about Sato, about Kikuko. It's starting off on the dark ending. Yeah, that's just how Paranormasight likes to do it. Oh, hey, you have my heartfelt thanks for all your hard work thus far. And so, the affair surrounding Kameshima has reached one of its possible conclusions. I don't like this conclusion, so bring me back to Kameshima. Sadly, it seems neither Yuza Minakuchi nor Satoshi Ranami were able to achieve their goals, true? To avoid arriving at this particular outcome, please continue progressing through the story chart. After all, you came here for that very purpose, did you not? Yes, yes. Break the fourth wall. Let's talk. Let's have some tea together. Oh my, are you perhaps still unsure of who you are? No, I'm the player, I know. No need to worry, I'm confident you'll remember in time. You're just missing a few key pieces. Am I the mermaid? Am I the mermaid who became human? As you travel along the story chart and shape what happens, perhaps you'll remember your part in this. Be sure to think of it on it as you move forward. Oh yeah, because he's going to like quiz me on everything later. Well then, I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. Farewell for now. Bye. Okay, so no, not all conditions have been met. So we'll have to go with the shitpost man and blonde child. Arnold Barnum, a cheerful fantasy author, sets off on a trip to visit the mermaid legends of Issa Bay with his relative Kirke Lunalight as his guide. But since we finished Sato Starline, I think that's a good place to take a break here. As usual, get a drink, and we'll be back in a bit. Now we are back to getting some more mermaid lore. After much hustle and bustle, we finally managed to make our way to Issa Bay. Nice. Take it all in now. We're standing on the coast of Nakabeppo in Mie Prefecture's Kawaga town, which means this is the Sea of Issa, the connection to the eternal world. How amazing. Indeed it is. Come, Kyuke. Henceforth begins our grand adventure in search of the legendary mermaids of Issa Bay. How amazing. I just can't stop saying it. Without further ado, my name is Arnav Barnum, an American-born fantasy author. Please call me Abby. Bro, are you... Do you think you're on TV? Who are you introducing yourself to, weirdo? Oh well, I simply thought a new beginning called for a little dramatic flair, you know? Bro, stop breaking the fourth wall. Stay where you are. Sure. With that out of the way, perhaps my darling guide can provide some insight into the going-ons of this locale. Sure, I've got you covered. Well, this area is now called Nakabepo. Long ago, it was a region of Ise province known as Betsuho. It sounds familiar. Yes, here. 3 mermaids were found here. Oh, they just said it. I don't need to check the files. Records indicate that 3 mermaids were caught in a fisherman's net along the coast back in the Heian period. I thought I was being smart. No, that's what I'm talking about. Let's hear more about those mermaids. They had human heads with the mouth of monkeys and the teeth and bodies of fish. They spoke and even shed tears like humans. Oh, could these be the fish mermaids you mentioned before, Abby? Indubitably. Yes, this must be the place. I'm getting goosebumps. Right, I feel the same way. This is so exciting. Retsuho. Retsuho is the old name for the area now known as Nakabeppo, Kawaga town in the Aga district. So named during the events of the story, it has since been merged with Tsu City of Mie Prefecture. Said to have been the territory of Taira no Kiyomori's father, Taira no Tadamori. The area has a deep connection to the Ise Heike. It is also said to be the location where 3 mermaids were caught in a fisherman's net and presented to Taira no Tadamori during the Heian period. But that's quite far from where all the other stuff is going on. That's still the same scene. Endless expanse of the Ise Sea. The eternal world may lie just beyond the horizon. After all, Ise province is the land where they repaired the waves from the eternal world. The eternal world is purported to be a perpetual paradise, a separate plane from the world we live in, yes? Could it be that mermaids hail from such a place? I cannot move anymore. This is quite limited. I cannot move all the way back. We've come all this way to a distant foreign land seeking mermaids. Of course, I have my own reasons for trying to locate the mythical creatures. But for now, I intend to scour this land in order to learn as much as I can about its lore and legends. But it occurs to me that I never actually explained the particulars of my Ise Bay mermaid excursion to the girl. No matter, it's nothing of consequence really, so I'll just introduce my reasons a bit at a time. Ooh! I think before we only had this. Yeah. Although a grown man, he still has a certain naive boyishness to him, most evident in his passion for romantic tales and appetite for chasing his dreams. However, this also comes with an equivalent amount of immaturity, making him somewhat troublesome to deal with. He believes that most any circumstance he finds himself in will sort itself out, an optimistic creed that often sees him casually throwing himself into difficult situations, and he remains impressively unbothered even on those occasions he does find himself in trouble, often managing to slip out of danger with nary a dent in his usual carefree attitude. That he's made it this far unscathed is largely owed to sheer luck, although he remains blissfully unaware of this. Ooh, I wonder if he's going to finally get burned here. He's currently in Japan seeking mermaid flesh, which is believed to grant immortality. His reason is simple, a fascination with the occult, a pursuit he feels is worthy of devoting his entire life to. Indeed, he is primarily driven by his pursuit of romantic ideals. If he finds something suitably inspiring, he will readily risk his life for it, and is willing to change his views just as quickly for the same. Abi's interest in the occult was born when he discovered his great-grandmother's vast collection of mysterious occult artifacts in the storage of his family home in America. Among them was a mermaid mummy, which yielded a mysterious map when taken apart. Why would you think about taking it apart? Okay. A discovery which captivated his imagination and led to his current quest. This great-grandmother happened to be a relative of the main Lunalite family in England, albeit one who had chosen not to succeed the family estate. After discovering this through independent research into his lineage, Avi made contact with the Lunalite family and continues to maintain a secret correspondence with them to this day. Okay, interesting. Interesting. But then, would such mermaids be so easily trapped by simple fishing nets? I thought of them more cunning than that. But perhaps these fish mermaids are in fact nothing more than simple sea creatures. This young lady is a distant relative of mine, the third daughter of the Lunalite family. The Lunalites have been in the business of demonic exorcism in England for several generations now. Much needed there. As such, young Kirke has received education on this rare subject from a young age and is now an apprentice exorcist. In order to continue her training, or more likely simply because of her interest in the area, Kirke has come to Japan to study abroad. Upon hearing such news, I sought to employ her as my guide for this mermaid hunting expedition to Ise Bay. She is apparently quite fond of Japanese myths and folk tales, she's a weeb, and has already explored a number of areas concerned with the occult. Interested in visiting Mie Prefecture at least once during her stay, she immediately agreed to my request. A young exorcist from England, currently on exchange in Japan. Possessed of a bold and willful nature, she harbors an ardent interest in Japanese folklore and occult stories. She is quite quick to involve herself in anything that interests her, not stopping until her curiosity has been completely sated. Although she can be fairly blunt, she shows a naivety appropriate to her age around those she's comfortable with, and is not above the occasional prank. I don't think I want an exorcist to prank me. Kirke is the third daughter of Chiara Lunalite, the current head of the matrilineal Lunalite family, a long line of exorcists based in England. Too fast! Along with her two older sisters, she has received a specialist education in exorcism ever since she was a child, and is currently in training as an apprentice. As the beings known as demons in the West ultimately share the same root cause as harmful supernatural phenomena in the East, the spirits of the dead, strong thoughts, and curses, what she does as an exorcist is fundamentally the same as what Japanese psychics do, with only the methods and terminology differing. And let's check her abilities, her skills. Guardian Spirits. The ability to call upon the numerous guardian spirits of the Lunalite family and invoke their powers to exorcise spirits and negate certain psychic abilities. Shikigami. The ability to turn a piece of paper with an individual's name written on it into a butterfly, which will return to the individual in question. Although she does not have to be the one who wrote the name, it must be Kirke who cast the spell on the paper. Ooh, you can find people like that. Or you can send messages. Dowsing. The ability to use a pendulum to search for a target based on what the user can sense of their spiritual power. The effective distance of the spell depends on the strength of the target's spiritual power. Although she is supposed to be in the care of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, a confidential Japanese institute, during her time in Japan, Kirke has been spending more time traveling around the country, sightseeing, than working through her training curriculum. The supervisor in charge of her training has all but given up on trying to manage her as a result. Okay, why would you let a 15-year-old just run around the country. Like, bro, fire this guy or girl. Fire this person. Resolving to keep an eye on her but otherwise not interfere. As such, she supported a relatively high level of freedom. Kirke is an ardent fan of Mio Kurosuzu. Our girl! Our girl! The girl with potent spirit sense and her senior in the industry in Japan. She harbors both strong admiration and strong feelings of rivalry towards her in equal measure. And it is not uncommon for her to end up bubbling a mess when the topic turns to the other girl. She treasures the photograph she had taken of Mio upon first meeting her in Tokyo and keeps it with her at all times. Oh, that's so cute! Mio! Mio! So cute. Mio's the best. Mio's my favorite ever from the series. And now she has a fan. As far as the girl is concerned, I suppose I could be considered a guardian of sorts. Even so, I often find myself caught up in her pace and completely thrown off guard. If anyone should be shaking things up around here, it ought to be me. Okay, bro, you don't need to compete with a 15-year-old girl. Wait, hello? Why is my controller is not working and it's on? Okay, let me use the mouse in the meantime, and I'll try to restart it. Talk about displays. Kawaga town might be located right next to Mie Prefecture's modern capital, Tsu City. But there's something you need to keep in mind. This was also the birthplace of the Heike. Ah, branch of the Heian period's preeminent Taira clan, the Heike curse. Oh, no, it works. If you're going to talk about Ise province, then you absolutely have to mention the Heike. I do have a passing understanding of the topic. The Heike took part in the Genpei War, correct? That's right. That was the war in the Heian period where two great samurai families, the Minamoto and the Taira, locked horns and really got into it. Among the Heike, Taira no Kiyomori was a particularly if something is written and it's like yellow/gold, it's important, but I don't know why her in particular. But let me just write down the name because it's one of the long ones, so I have a piece of paper here to write it down. Was a particularly famous figure who appears in many creative works concerning the event. I am a true investigator. Her father, Taira no Tadamori, was the one responsible for securing the Heike's high social standing. So Tadamori was Kiyomori's father, right? With names like that, how can anyone hope to keep them straight? That's history for you. I'm afraid you just have to memorize them. Or you can just write them on a piece of paper like me. I suppose you're right about that, then memorize them, I shall. Apparently Tadamori was born in Tsu City in a place called Ubushina. So that's why they call this area the birthplace of the Heike. A city located in the center of the Ise Plain and the capital of Mie Prefecture. Previously known as Anotsu, Tsu City has served as a port town since the Heian period, after which it continued to flourish as an important port city for Japan. Tsu City is also known as the birthplace of the Heike. The Ubushina area in its suburbs is said to be where Taira no Kiyomori's father, Taira no Tadamori, was born. I wish we didn't have to care about the samurai families. Sorry, the evil cloud is back here. This is the metropolitan center of Mie and a locus of historical events. I guess that makes it the perfect place to start a new journey. Can we get back to those mermaids you mentioned? What became of the three that were caught in the fishing nets? At that time, the lord of this area was Tyrano Tatamori. You didn't already forget him, did you, Kaina? Well, the fisherman thought the mermaids were a fascinating find, so he placed two of them into boxes and presented them to Tadamori. Lord Tadamori must have been well pleased by that. How could he not be? It was known that eating the flesh of a mermaid grants eternal life. Actually, Tadamori evidently said they were disturbing and gross and refused to accept them. What a waste! However, the fisherman caught up the remaining mermaids and ate it himself. So what happened to him? Well, the fisherman said it was pretty tasty. Well, now tasty, is it? And that's all I've got. That's it? That's all I could find in existing record. And the act of eating a mermaid's flesh alone may not produce any results. I suppose there might be other requisite conditions, wouldn't you say? Well, considering the sheer number of eyewitness reports concerning mermaids, it is odd that there aren't more immortals walking around. There don't seem to be any records about what happened to the mermaids that Tadamori refused to accept. I suppose it's possible someone in the Heike clan snuck off with them. Let me just double check something. I can with the spooky, this like, ooh, alien music. Where is it? Perhaps I'm looking at the wrong stuff. Now that's a hypothesis I can get behind. The glorps are coming, yeah. Yeah, a UFO can just show up any minute now. I've put together an assortment of files concerning the Heike, so feel free to give them a look if you're interested. You have my heartfelt gratitude. Okay, I have to note the dad. Dad. What if this might be quite of a crackhead theory, but we know Sato ate the flesh, but then she's supposed to be Yao Bikuni, but I don't know. Okay, this might be wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway, just for entertainment purposes. Imagine if, like, Taira no Tadamori, he rejected the mermaid flesh, but his daughter, Taira no Kiyomori, she ate it, and that's how she became immortal, and she's Sato, and because the Heike clan was a samurai, and they were, like, they would be the raiders then. Taira no Tatamori, the father of Taira no Kiyomori, an influential figure of the Heian period. Oh, I'm glad that you think it's got potential. Taira no Tatamori, the father of Taira no Kiyomori, an influential figure of the Heian period, was the man responsible for solidifying the social standing of the Ise Taira clan, and was notable for being the first samurai permitted to enter the imperial court. Entering the imperial court meant being granted access to the Tenjo no Ma, a chamber where those who directly served the emperor performed their official duties. In an era where the warrior class was still considered of low status, a samurai rising to the level of court official was unprecedented. The Ise clan went on to extend its influence across various provinces, with the vast wealth it gained through trade with the Song dynasty of China solidifying its foundation. This significant influence was later inherited by his son. Oh no, Kiyomori was a son. Wait, I thought I was a daughter. Okay. But okay. Never mind. I don't. Why did I think it was a daughter? I'm so dumb right now. I just feel so dumb. But still, I still think Kiyomori ate the mermaid. Because there is still an immortal running around that has the curse of the Heike clan. That uses it. Because of the seabed skeletons. Tatamori was said to have been a man of strong will and perseverance, yet despite the power he amassed in his lifetime, he was also said to have been modest and disinclined to indulge in luxuries. Nukamaru, Tatamori's sword, an heirloom passed down through the Taira clan. Originally named Kongarashi, it is said to have become known as Nukamaru when a giant snake emerged from a lake and made to swallow Tatamori whole as he lay resting. At that moment, Kogarashi, which Tatamori had left leaning nearby, slipped from its scabbard on its own accord and drove the snake away. This is like the sentient sword from JoJo. The name Nukamaru derives from the verb nuku, meaning to unsheath, and reflects the sword's extraordinary act of slipping from its scabbard on its own to save its owner. Nukamaru was later inherited by Tatamori's son, Yorimori, but after the downfall of the Taira clan, it is said to have changed hands several times, and its whereabouts are currently unknown. The Mermaids of Betsuko. One time, when Tatamori was visiting Betsuko in Ise province, 3 creatures with the heads of humans, the lips of monkeys, and the teeth and bodies of fish were caught in the local fisherman's nest. Dubbing these creatures Ningyo, the original Japanese word for mermaids, the fishermen put 2 of them in a box that had washed up with them and presented that washed up with them. And presented them to Tatamori. However, Tatamori was unnerved by their appearance and refused to accept them. What is this box? I'm curious about the box. It is said that the remaining mermaid was cut up and eaten by the fishermen, who found them to be delicious. It's a mystery. It's a mystery loot box. Oh, there's one thing I should warn you about, though. Oh? This group sometimes gets referred to as Isetaira as well, which might make things a little confusing. Okay. I'll go ahead and label it all as Heike. Does it really matter? Aren't they basically the same thing? Not exactly. You see, the term Isetaira refers to the Taira clan as a whole because it originated in Ise. On the other hand, people generally refer to the family within the clan. Oh my god, I've included Tatamori and Kiyomori as simply the Heike. You're just trying to confuse me. Their family features prominently in the stories we're interested in, so I'll use Heike most of the time. Plus it has a nice ring to it. No, I don't like it. Either way works for me, so do as you like. The Tale of Heike also uses Heike. You're awfully particular about this, but I rather like this kind of fastidiousness. Anyway, after a number of events, the Heike would go on to lose the Battle of Dan no Ura and be completely eradicated. I believe I know this one. Dan no Ura is found in Kyushu, is it not? Bingo, the clan was chased out of Kyoto and pushed further and further west until they were eventually wiped out there. It pains me to think of such a resplendently glorious clan meeting such an ignominious end. More's the pity. That's why the Heike's resentment is particularly strong, and many remnants of it remain even today. Shrines and monuments have even been erected throughout the land in an attempt to quell that resentment. They are just sore losers. Now we reach your particular field of expertise. Because the clan fell from such an exalted position so abruptly, that resentment is exceptionally persistent and quite pervasive. That said, famous places related to people like Taira no Kiyomori are well attended by worshippers, so they're relatively stable. It's the puffed up and pretentious Heike clan members that no one even remembers who caused the most trouble. I seem to recall a number of individuals going so far as to claim that those outside of the Heike clan could not even be considered human. See? I mean, I was mentioned before, but like, bro, like, I don't feel bad for you because, like, okay, I don't feel bad for them because it seems like, you know, they perished in a battle. So it's not like they were invaded or something. They were samurai. They had for sure their own share of atrocities, and also like them just thinking, oh, to be superior. To the point where, if you're not part of our clan, you're not even human. So like, fuck off with your resentment. They're just sore losers. They just lost the battle. As far as we know. I don't know if there was some shenanigans going on there. But fuck off. But if that's the case, are we really safe here? You don't think we might find ourselves assailed by these lingering grudges? Much of the Ise province is protected by shrines, and the area is suffused with spiritual energy, so we're probably safer here than most places. But that's just the land itself. Objects or people that the resentment has seeped into are a different story altogether. Objects. The sword. Who has a sword? That's somewhat troubling to hear. Well, either way you look at it, this region is still home to many places and things associated with the Heike. Excellent. I believe I've gotten a grasp of the situation at hand. We do know a person with a sword. It's time we made our way to the next locale. We're on the clock after all. Let's get to it. We know a person who's into swords and who's carrying a sword on him. And but like, I don't think he would be related to the Unkakudono clans. Where is he? Where am I? I forgot what it was. Yeah. And they were saying something about him getting something from the ancestors, so I wonder how he's related to this. I don't know. But then, like, you know, like, if Kikuko has the guts, like, probably the curse stone to use the curse. Maybe that's what they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for the curse stone. Huh. Okay, we already thought about this. Let's move on. Not many places to go to. They both look so out of place here. Well, it would seem that we've arrived. And where are we now, Kirke? This is an area in Ano town, known as Kusawa. Sato. Kusawa is quite famous because of the Yaobikuni legend. I'd be surprised if there was anyone who hasn't heard of it. I'm sorry to say I've never heard of it. Wait, really? Come now, don't act so shocked. You can't expect me to know every little thing, and besides, I'm not even from this country. Stop. Why is he like this? The very reason I requested you to be my guide was so you could teach me about things like this. I guess that's true. Okay, I understand. I'll be counting on your explanations. Ano Town. Ano Town is located in the Aga district, so named during the events of the story. It has since been merged with the city of Mie Prefecture. Located at the foot of Kyogamine, a mountain with a single 819-meter peak. The land surrounding it is rich in natural splendor, with multiple hot springs welling forth from the earth around it. From the Edo period until the Meiji period, it was known for being the primary place of production of tsumoji, a delicate fabric woven in such a way as to be semi-transparent. Then why did she get... Wait, can I... That's all? Okay. How is this... Why did Sato get sacrificed? Ah, the fabled beauty of the serene Japanese countryside. It really is charming. Oh yes, the incessant chirping of locusts combined with unrelenting heat. This is Japanese summer, alright? It's fascinating to think that such a peaceful place could be home to such profound historical events. I'm practically jittering with excitement. I can see that, so let's try to keep a cool head, shall we? Oh, I forgot that there probably won't be any stickers because this is a recollection, and it seems like the pattern is that there aren't really stickers in the recollections. What's down there? Some sort of shrine? She is such a weeb, yeah. At least she's interested in the culture, and she's not the kind of like weeb of just like anime and manga. She's charmed by the nature, by the history, by the myths. Good for her. She's 15. She can be a bit of a weeb. The shrine is apparently dedicated to Sugawara no Michizana. Oh, she's very much into Mio. We should go pay our respects before we leave. She's the biggest Mio fangirl. If Yao Bikuni really did exist, I wonder what sort of life she led. I can't begin to imagine what it would be like to live for hundreds of years. Well, if you sleep most of the time, then it's like, doesn't matter that much, right? The legend of Yao Bikuni originated here in Kusawa, Ano town. Important. Long, long ago, a 17-year-old girl named Osato lived in this village. She unknowingly ingested the meat of a mermaid that was served during a village gathering and became immortal. After subsequently being persecuted by the other villagers, she became a nun and made a pilgrimage around the entire country. At the end of the story, she eventually returned to this village and lived out the rest of her very long life. But that's not true. Tales told in other parts of the country play out in almost exactly the same fashion. Yeah, I guess that's true. The tale of Yao Bikuni, Bhikkhuni, fully ordained Buddhist nun. She was a Buddhist nun? What? Who acquired preternatural longevity after eating the flesh of a mermaid. Can be found in almost every region of Japan. Although the exact details vary greatly between regions, they all share the same fundamental element. A girl who ate mermaid flesh lived for 800 years. The Yaobikuni legend passed down in Mie Prefecture is as follows. Once upon a time, a beautiful girl by the name of Osato lived in Kusawa village. One day, when Osato was 17, the flesh of a mermaid was served at a village gathering. The other villagers, disturbed at the thought of eating such a strange creature, refused to eat it, but Osato unknowingly ate the mermaid's flesh. From that moment on, Osato didn't age a day. Shunned by the other villagers and treated as a monster, she was eventually forced to leave the village. Becoming a nun, Osato traveled the length and breadth of Japan for hundreds of years before eventually turning to Kusawa village, where her long life at last came to an end. But wait, that's not adding up with Sato. What's going on here? Is the legend wrong, or is Sato not Yao Bikuni? I'm so confused right now. The legend of Yao Bikuni, the girl who ate the flesh of a mermaid and lived for 800 years, has been passed down all over Japan. Not only here in Mie Prefecture's Ano town, but in Fukui, Aichi, and Gifu prefectures as well. In total, the story has been found in 121 locations in 28 prefectures throughout the country, or at least that's what certain research has indicated. Doesn't it seem like a lot? Are there really that many different Yaobikunis out there? Obviously, not all of the legends can be true. But I actually have a theory on the subject. Would you like to hear it? Yes. Yes, please. Because now I have some doubts. By all means. Most of the legends refer to a woman who stopped aging and lived for 800 years after consuming the meat of a mermaid. At that point, because others would find it strange that she wasn't getting any older, she wasn't able to live in normal society anymore. I suppose that would be natural. It would explain why she withdrew from the world and became a nun. Exactly, and that's how she got the name Yao Bikuni, the 800-year-old Bhikkhuni nun. With 800 years on her hands, she could have easily made a pilgrimage around the entire country. How interesting. Buddhist priests are known for trekking throughout the land as a form of ascetic training. And if we consider the 121 locations where the legend was found, with 800 years to spare, she could have spent 6 years in each location. 6 years would certainly be enough time for her to make a name for herself in each and every location, right? Okay, this isn't answering my question as to is she Sato or not? Oh, my dear, I believe I see what you're getting at. Your theory posits that the stories of Yao Bikuni that have been passed down in every corner of the country all refer to the exact same individual. Well, it might be a bit much to say that all of them are the same. There may have been a few different people, okay. But it's more convincing than the theory that there were 121 people. Okay. I also think the Yao Bikuni of Wakasa province is the most likely origin of the legend. I wonder. Don't all of the different instances of the story throughout Japan also claim that particular location as her place of final rest? That may be true, but I assume that each of those different places wanted to have a grave or some other tangible marker to base the legend on. But with so many people that are purported to have lived for 800 years, all die at around the same time? It seems pretty unlikely. Then you believe some of the tales were embellished somewhat? That sort of thing happens all the time. Legends are always mixtures of truth and fantasy. Moreover, it doesn't make sense that every single mortal would decide to become a nun. Exactly! There were likely some places that simply believed Yao Bikuni was the terror and immortal. Mm-hmm, okay. Then it still works with Sato. Rather than a nun, for all we know, she said, I'ma be. Rather than a nun, for all we know, she said, I'ma be none of that. And became an diver. Oh, sentenced to death for this. He's going to be sentenced to death for this. But stop, please, please. That's actually pretty insightful. Many legends are based on simple semantic misunderstandings. No, wait just a minute. I want to stand here and let my dumb joke actually become a salient point of discussion. Let's drop it then. But still, if one were to somehow live for 800 years, the person that became immortal after the Kamakura period could still be alive today. Sure? And if so, I'd love to sit them down for a long chat. Can Kusawa's legend of Yao Bikuni really be true? There must be falsehoods and fictions mixed into the tale, surely. Who knows? Ise province isn't that far from Bakasa province, after all. She may have simply walked here from there. The fact that the stories from each different area are so similar does make me wonder if they didn't get mixed together somehow. You think the legend may be an amalgamation of stories from various locations? Mm-hmm. Exactly, but then again, the immortal in the story from the location has her own name, yes, which gives the legend a certain verisimilitude. Indeed, it does. I guess we can assume that a girl with that name really did live here long ago. Then something must have happened to make people believe she had become immortal. It's reasonable to assume her story then got mixed up with various legends of Yao Bikuni from around the country before being passed down. So what is this area again? I forgot. Where is it? No. The music is so chill, it's making me EP. The thing is, like, it is quite close to where the Heike were. No, but Suho was the previous one where the Heike originated. This one is Kusawa and Ano Town, but it's quite close on the map compared to the other places. Of course, the exact timing of these events is still unclear, but that does present an interesting possibility. She could very well still be living in this village. Wouldn't that be a compelling development? Leave it to an occult writer to think up something like that. That's right. You're seeing the prodigious imaginative power of a fantasy author in action. Yeah, it's really something. But the fact of the matter is that almost no traces of Yaobikuni remain in this village. If you could live for 800 years, would you really stay in one place in your uh, hometown or whatever? Even her grave, which is referred to as Lady Yao's tomb, has never been located. But then, did we come all this way for nothing? Well, it might not have a direct connection, but there is something one should always consider when discussing Ise. The Tales of Ise. Have you heard of it? It's the oldest extant collection of Japanese verse compiled sometime during the Heian period. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with it. But I have heard of the Tale of Genji and the Tale of Heike. Is it anything like those? Well, those were also stories written during the Heian period, but that's where the similarities end. Nice try, though. Huh? Well, they sound similar enough, anyway. Don't worry, I'm not an expert on the subject either. Basically, this collection of verse elaborates on a number of waka poems by giving accounts of the events surrounding each one. The entire collection of 125 passages is referred to as the Tales of Ise. That's easy enough to remember now. The Tales of Ise is a collection of short stories. Check. One more thing. The title might be The Tales of Ise, but the content isn't all that focused on the actual area. What's this now? Are they intentionally attempting to confuse and bewilder us? Some believe the title comes from the fact that passage 69 is set in Ise province. At any rate, I just thought I should bring it up because it does have at least a slight bearing on the topic at hand. If you're keen to learn more, I'll add more detailed information to the files. Why, thank you. I'll be sure to read through them later. No, we're doing it right now. The Tales of Ise, a collection of verse or uta monogatari, thought to be the oldest surviving work in Japan. It is particularly well known for the opening sentence of many of its prose passages. Long ago there was a man. Always a man and never a woman. Believed to have been compiled in the Heian period, it greatly influenced the literature of the era, including famous works such as The Tale of Genji. The central figure of the narrative is speculated to be a fictionalized version of Ariwara no Narihara, a poet of the Heian period, with the prose passages serving as a biography for the character. Both the author and its exact date of publication are unknown. There is one other thing we can learn from the Tales of Ise. Adding the tail of the book title really classes things up. You should keep it in mind. It was apparently all the rage during the Heian period. Oh, I couldn't agree more. My next work is certainly going to be a tale of. Well, then I suppose it brings this particular subject to a close. On to the next. No rest for the wicked, I say. Time to tackle the next mermaid myth. Sure. Ooh, this is where the mummified corpse was found. But I guess we got there before that happened, not after. It does feel like forever ago. And here we find our next subject of inquiry. What place might this be, my dear? This is Futamigaura, the coastline that lies beside Futami town. It's just over from Ise City. Then we finally penetrated the outskirts of Ise City proper. things are certainly beginning to heat up. I inferred that Ise City was the prefecture capital from the fact that Mie Prefecture was once known as Ise Province. Not bad, eh? Well, I can understand how you would arrive at that conclusion. But the truth is, Mie Prefecture is composed of 4 separate provinces: Ise, Shima, Iga, and Ki. Ah, is that so? That doesn't change the fact that Ise City is regarded as the spiritual capital of Japan, and making it a very important location. Very interesting, but the sun has already begun its steady descent, so perhaps we should pick up the pace a bit. Futamigaura Sea is famously said to purify the body, so many visitors to Ise Shrine come here as well. The scenic beauty of the location has even been featured in poems from antiquity. It certainly is easy on the eyes. The strands of pine trees along the shore make for quite a striking image. To make it even better, the embankment we're standing on offers a 360-degree view of Ise Bay. It makes you want to get out on the very edge to take it all in. It really does. Being surrounded by the bay like this is such an enchanting feeling. What a breathtaking view. I like it too. I would also want to stand around here. You can just look at all the sea. Is it too fast? I might get dizzy in a second, so let's stop. Okay, we already read this. Okay, this is also what we got. Talk about Futamigaura mermaids. So does this place have any legends featuring mermaids? It does. A record called the Kagenki was written by people at Horyuji Temple after the Kamakura period. In that record, there are a total of 6 instances of information concerning mermaids. 6, eh? That's certainly promising. Don't say it. One of those entries describes a sighting here in Futami, Ise Province on April 3rd during the second year of the Enbun era, which would be 1357. So they even noted the exact date. How fortuitous. The passage is as follows. From the sea of Futami in Ise Province came Enmeiju, delivering perpetuity. Let's see how it looks with the file. Here. 6. So this is what it says is that here in this area it was a human mermaid and it granted longevity, and it was not the whole eating thing. So what exactly does that mean? My guess is that a mermaid was spotted in the sea by Futami and was named Enmeiju, meaning health and long life, because it granted longevity. Aha! It granted longevity, did it? Finally we're getting to the good stuff. Yeah, it's another account relating mermaids to Yao Bikuni. It seems the idea of mermaids granting immortality had already been established at that time. Indeed, and now we even have a name. So what sort of mermaid was this, and what became of it? No clue. Again with the vague records. These people write down the appearance of some fantastical creature and then just let it wander off. I haven't personally gone over every bit of research on the matter, but I can speculate on an answer. Records of mermaids in other places also often refer to them by name. In fact, it may not have been all that uncommon for the people in the area to encounter them when these records were written. Let me see if I follow your meaning. The same mermaid would appear repeatedly, leading people in the area to grow accustomed to it. Am I on the right track? Exactly. I mean, you wouldn't bother giving a name to something you only saw once after all. What about Nessie? These people may have even come to have a kind of rapport with the mermaids. At the very least, it does appear as though they were trying to capture any. They had established diplomatic relations with the mermaids. Mermaids that people didn't want to capture? I mean, if it can only grant you longevity out of its own free will, and like killing or eating its flesh isn't going to do anything, then like why capture it? It's better to be in their good graces. And they weren't seeking its flesh. Perhaps there was a way of obtaining immortality even without the meat. Maybe mermaid meat really was just tasty and nothing more. And if that were the case, then it makes perfect sense that they would view the mermaid as a divine creature. So they treated it as an auspicious being that blessed others with long life. You may be onto something there. Thank you. This makes me think of that theory you mentioned about how there might be two different kinds of mermaids. Oh, you remembered? I stand by my theory. There's the fish mermaid, which looks more like an aquatic monster, beastie, and the human mermaid, which resembles a demi-human or nymph. Indeed, that's the simplest way to describe it anyhow. Assuming the mermaid in question had a name, formed relationships with humans, and granted longevity, it stands to reason it was of the human mermaid variety. You have a point. The mermaids we've encountered thus far have all been caught in nets and appear to be more like fish mermaids. It seems more likely then that the mermaids who grant longevity are actually these human mermaids. Interesting. That in turn would suggest... My word! Would this mean that one could become immortal without eating their flesh? I'm not sure. There are countless legends that reference the need to consume their flesh. I can't help but feel like there's more to it. If human mermaids are capable of communicating with us, I'd really like to speak to one. Obviously we do. Agreed. Speaking of which, this is entirely unrelated, but there's something I've been wondering. Do you mind? What? But our conversation was just getting good. Protest all you like, but I shall ask anyway. On our way here, I noticed a certain something adorning the entrances to everyone's houses. What was that? All right, those are Somin Sharai talismans. Somin Sharai? Yes. Although in most of Japan, they're usually only hung up around the new year, but here in the Kameshima region, they are traditionally left up all year long. Interesting. I can add more detailed information to the files for you later. Thank you. This has just been a lore dump for the files. Somin Shirai. A type of talisman inscribed with the characters Somin Shirai Shison, meaning descendant of Somin Shirai. These talismans come in a variety of forms, ranging from smaller objects such as paper slips, wooden tags, or hexagonal wooden charms, to larger objects such as hoops made of entwined miscanthus reeds or shimenawa, sacred robes used for ritual purification. These talismans are generally placed at the doorways of households as a prayer for sound health and to ward off illness. Many households in Isashima place Somin Shirai talismans at the entrances to their homes, usually in the form of paper slips or shimenawa. Although most families in Japan only put shimenawa up during the new year, in Iseshima they are kept up the whole year round, being replaced once a year on New Year's Eve. Why? The words Somin Shorai originate from the name of the central figure in the legend of the same name. Although many versions of the tale exist throughout Japan, the tale as generally told in Iseshima is as follows. On New Year's Eve, the deity Gozu-tenno set out to cure the princess of Ryugu. The princess of Ryugu, which we know it's from the legend it says is a princess, but it's actually a mermaid and it's a priestess. However, when night fell, he found that none of the nearby inns had a spare room to offer him, and so he turned to two brothers who lived by the sea for hospitality. Wealthy younger brother Kotan Shorai turned him away despite having the means to accommodate him. The elder brother Somin Shorai welcomed Gozu-tenno into his home even though he lived in poverty. Pleased by the simple yet heartfelt reception he had received, Gozu-tenno rewarded this hospitality by sparing only Somin Shorai from the plague that ravaged the area in the next year. Ooh. Ever since, it is said that hanging a wreath of miscanthus reeds and a charm declaring oneself to be a descendant of Somin Shorai from one's waist will offer protection from plagues and illness. This tradition has survived to the present day, where such charms are now used as talismans for good health and well-being. So what? They're just lying. And I want to check something else. Okay, this is not related to it at all. I just wanted to see if maybe there was some kind of connection, just in case. Ah, what is it? She can sense something. What? What is it now? Now you're making me antsy. Come on, Kirka. Come now, Kirka. You realize something about this summon Shirai, didn't you? You must share. No, nothing like that. It just made me think about how close this area is to the eternal world. Is it? What does it mean? You already know this from the files, but regarding the Somin Shorai, its origin goes back to the legend about the deity Gozu-tenno, who was courting the princess of Ryugu. Ryugu, you say? That's right. Ryugu is close to this place. In other words, that places it very close to the eternal world. Yes, and furthermore, Gozu-tenno was also the guardian deity of the Shoya temple. The very same Shoya who gets mentioned in our good old friend The Tale of Heike. What? Where is The Tale of Heike? The tale! Oh my god, do I really need to read all this? Okay, I'll let them talk. So it is. What was it again? From the bells of the Gion Shoja echoes out the impermanence of all things, right? Sounds so cool that even I memorized it. Haven't got a clue what it means though. Yeah, that's the one. As far as me, you can look it up yourself. No! Fine, fine. So what you're saying is, Iseshima is a land with a deep ties to both Ryugu and the Heike. I need to look it up myself. They hate me. No, this is not it. Mori. Uh-huh. No. There's nothing about this. How am I supposed to look it up if you didn't give me an entry in the files? Oh, do you think they want me to Google it? Hey, let's see. Let's see what it says. No? Huh. Maybe. Because, like, we don't have the tail of Heike there. Unless I'm missing something. All those are just for regions. This is not it. Like, I'm just going to click through everything. Because I'm missing. They imply you can Google it, but you don't need to. I agree. No, this is not going to be Kameshima. Okay, like all this stuff that we need to be mindful of to figure out the mystery, like it's already kind of overwhelming. Mm. Oh my god. I'm just worried that I'm missing something. Because you know it was in yellow/gold, so it's probably pretty important. Box. No. Why would they do it to me? Okay, no, it wasn't this one. It was not this one. Will not be here. No. Okay. I guess milk will come up eventually. Kameshima is a land with deep ties to both Ryukyu and the Heike. That is exactly why the Samurai tradition is so well established here. Ah, that reminds me. There's something about Ryugu's princess that keeps bothering me as well. She certainly is mysterious, hmm? That reminds me about Futamigaura. Oh, it's already nighttime. Dear me, how time flies when listening to your lectures, Kirke. The sun has already gone down. I suppose I got carried away, sorry. Well, if that results in such a lovely view of the sea at night, I'll not complain. You're right, just look at all those stars. No, light pollution. Mwah. Oh, but we really let time get away from us. Look how dark it's gotten. That light from the stars above would be lost in pitch darkness. What is that? I guess it's someone's house. Dear me, I dragged her around all day long, didn't I? Or perhaps I should say I had her drag me around all day long. As a guardian for the time being, I suppose I ought to have had us retire earlier. Though Kirke herself seems to have limitless reserves of energy. Yeah, let's look at the sky. But look, the heavens are entirely enveloped in a shower of dazzling pinpricks of light. What a sight to behold. Would you happen to be versed in constellations, Kirke? Well, I've dabbled a bit in astrology, so I guess I know a thing or two. The music always makes me think something bad is gonna happen. Honestly, same. Excellent, do tell. It's just using her. It's really pretty. Take her home. Instead of talking about constellations, I don't think that's the time and place. Well, if we consider the constellations you can see in Japan during summer, the first one that comes to mind is the Summer Triangle. Why is this important? Why is this in gold? It's an easy one to find. Triangle, eh? Then I presume it is made up of 3 stars. Correct. Vega in the constellation Lyra, Deneb in the constellation Cygnus, and Altair in the constellation Aquila. This is just like Steins Gate. This trio of bright stars can be observed close to the Milky Way in this season. I said the same thing, but Vega and Altair. What? I want to see. How do we go about identifying them? Well, first, those are probably the ones that were a bit of a different color when we were looking at the sky. Low in the southwestern portion of the sky, look for a star that glows red, Antares of the Scorpio constellation. Southwest, you say? From here, that would mean facing inland and looking to the right. Okay, try to find a red star low in the sky and point to it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow, that's beautiful. Possibly the most famous of the summer constellations, the Summer Triangle is formed by connecting Vega and the constellation Lyra, Deneb in the constellation Cygnus, and Altair in the constellation Aquila. Vega and Altair are also said to represent Orihime and Hikoboshi, 2 central figures of the Tanabata legend. Yeah, that's also from the Steins Gate. Well, it's not originally from the Steins Gate, but that was also referenced in the Steins Gate Zero. Yeah. The romantic imagery of the star-crossed lovers separated by the Milky Way has captivated people's imaginations since time immemorial. Now it's just like, now I keep thinking about Steins Gate Zero, and I keep getting sad. Where Mayushi was saying, "Oh, he's my Hikoboshi." Oh my god. We are jumping world lines here as well, yeah. How to find the Summer Triangle? The Summer Triangle is visible in the sky almost directly overhead around August. Start by facing southwest and looking low in the sky to find Antares, the bright red heart of the constellation Scorpius. From there, look straight up and you should spot Vega near the zenith. Wait, I do believe I found it. The star just there with the reddish tint, that must be Antares, yes? Correct. That is indeed Antares, the brightest star in the Scorpio constellation. Haha, I found it all by myself. Why, I'd make quite a celestial cartographer, if I do say so myself. I hate to rain on your parade, but you were supposed to be looking for a star in the Summer Triangle, so please try again. Guards, that's right. Why not looking straight up from Antares? I bet you'll find Viga at the sky's zenith. Give it a shot. Hmm. This light reminds me of the curse stones. There, that must be it. Bingo! That's Vega, one of the 3 stars in the Sunlight Triangle. In Japan, Vega is also called the Orihime star, and is famous for its connection to the Tanabata Star Festival. Then it must mean Hikoboshi will be on the opposite side of the Milky Way from that one. Exactly right. Can you figure out which one it is? One of the other stars in the Sunlight Triangle is in the same area, so see if you can find it. Whoa! So this... Eureka, I've spotted it! Oh, that's Altair, one of the 3 stars in the Sunlight Triangle. Part of the Aquila constellation, Altair is also known in Japan as Hikoboshi, for its role in the Tanabata Star Festival. Haha, that means I managed to spot both Orihime and Hikoboshi. It's as if I've drawn the 2 stars crossed... It's as if I've drawn the 2 star-crossed lovers together with my own hand. How overjoyed they must be. Yeah, nice work. I didn't expect you to be such a romantic. There's still another star in the Sunlight Triangle to find. It might be hard to see because of the angle. Right you are. It certainly is a bit tricky to see something directly above you. If my eye is as discerning as I believe it to be, that's the one. Oh, nice find. That's Deneb, one of the 3 stars in the Sunlight Triangle. Okay, it's very cool. I like the segment, but like, what does it have to do with other stuff? Because I need to know like how much of it I have to remember. Deneb lies within the Milky Way, which earns it the nickname Milky Way Star. It does indeed appear to be swimming nicely along the starry stream. There, I've located all 3 stars of the Sunlight Triangle. How do you like that? Aww, she even clapped. Good work. Now you've mastered the summer skies. Should I start addressing you as the professor? Professor. That's me. Feel free to rely on my knowledge, Professor Ari. Alright then, tell me, what is another name for the star Hikoboshi? What? Shit, that's the wrong answer. You should have given me more time to study. Right, surprise test, my only weakness. Regardless, we've seen all there is to see in Fudamigora. Our demons go so far as to call this a rap. It's so over for me. Where did I get confused? We need to go back to it and answer. Oh my god. My god. I was thinking too much about Steins Gate. Yeah, I just mixed them up. Regardless, we've seen all there is to see here in Futavingauda. I even go so far as to call this a wrap. I think that covers all the mermaid legends for the Mie Prefecture. But is there anywhere else you keen to visit, Kirke? Go to sleep! What? We haven't even visited East Shran yet. If you ask me, we've barely scratched the surface. No, you've got a point there. But it's getting late, so let's save that for tomorrow, shall we? Alright. Okay, we need to go back. We need to go back. We need to have a redemption arc. Once the chapter is over. Wow, talk about a gorgeous view. It is something, isn't it? This is Mount Asama's observation platform. It overlooks Toba City on one side and Ise City on the other. So that's Toba City over there, eh? What's Toba got going for it? Well, the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about Toba is... Toba Castle, built in the Sengoku period by none other than the pirate daimyo. Oh, Lord Kuki, who at one time led the Kuki naval fleet. That sounds like they would be likely to invade Taishima. Oh, that's more exciting than I anticipated. As for the Tobashima area, it's famous for having the highest population of ama divers in Japan. Aha! I knew there'd be something touristy. The fascinating blend of culture and history. Mount Asama. Mount Asama straddles the border between Ise City and Toba City, and is also known by its official name of Asamagatake. Part of the Iseshima National Park, it was selected as one of the 100 landscapes of Japan, a listing of famous scenic sites gathered from across the country. Kongoshoji, a temple located on the southern peak of Mount Asama, was built to protect Ise Shrine from the northeast, traditionally regarded as a spiritually vulnerable direction. Oh, interesting. Perhaps as a result, many worshippers who visit Ise Shrine also make the journey to Kongoshoji. The observatory at the peak of the mountain offers a sweeping view of Toba City and the many islands that dot Ise Bay. Over there, you can see the city of Toba spread out along the coast. By the way, they tend to call this the Iseshima region. Most of the time, that term includes Toba as well, something to keep in mind. So when I hear Iseshima, I should also think Toba, eh? Good to know. Iseshima, okay. Although the term Iseshima is sometimes used to refer to part of the Nansei southern region of Mie Prefecture, the area covered by this term is not clearly defined, with it usually referring to the two major tourist destinations, Ise Shrine and Shima Peninsula, and their surrounding areas. As the area referred to as Iseshima also includes Toba City, it is also sometimes referred to as the Ise Tobashima area to avoid confusion. Okay. I am already confused. Apparently, Mount Asama's peak sits at 555 meters above sea level, so it's not that high. But as it's situated at the tip of the Shima Peninsula, it offers a magnificent view of Toba Bay's coastline and the outlying islands. Since we stopped by the shrine this morning, I assumed we'd take the mountain path. All I can say is this place takes my breath away. Let me look around. From what I hear, lots of the inns in Toba are run by ama divers and fishermen. I can't wait to dig into some seafood tonight. She's been packed and ready to venture forth since the early hours of the morning, though I myself beat her to the punch, having been too excited to sleep a wink all night. First off, you should know that the naval troops in Sengoku period were basically just pirates. Pirates, eh? Yes. They would put together crews of rowdy sailors, arm them to the teeth, and have them patrol a designated area of the sea. Sounds like a recipe for a disaster. They only actually served under their commander as a naval force when there was a battle. But that's what the navy was like back then, A ragtag bunch of pirates only called on to do their duty in times of need. Exactly. In fact, such forces only came to be called navies during the Edo period, and that was purely a matter of convenience. As for the Kuki Navy, it was one of the pirate bands patrolling the waters of Ise Bay. Okay, that means they could be the ones that invaded Taishima. A man named Yoshitaka. Let me write this down because it's in another name and it's in yellow. But I think they might be the ones that raided Taishima. A man named Kuki Yoshitaka was its commander, hence the name. He distinguished himself in the service of Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi, eventually rising to the position of daimyo of Shima province. That's why they called him the pirate daimyo. He started as a lowly pirate, but rose all the way to the top of the chain of command. Did you say Oda Nobunaga? Him I've heard of. He was the demon king of the sixth heaven, no? True, but that's the title he gave himself. Still a pirate and a daimyo. What an enchanting combination. That may be, but he wasn't blessed where allies were concerned. It seems he was always butting heads with his relatives. Oh. For one thing, he may have had his nephew Sumitaka assassinated in order to take over the Kuki clan. Sumitaka. Nephew. I'm not going to remember all this. He also fought on the opposite side to his own son, Moritaka, in the decisive Battle of Sekigahara. And in the end, spurred on by his vassals, he committed suicide on Toshima. Why are we getting so much lore? I'm still trying to recover from the whole star business. So while Kuki became daimyo of Shima province, his land was confiscated during his son's rule, and the clan fell into decline. Life truly is full of ups and downs. How the mighty do fall. He must have been quite a character. One second. Interesting. That reminds me, there's another fascinating legend related to the Kuki clan. Oh, do tell. It's about Kuki Yoshitaka's nephew, Sumitaka. He had an extraordinary beautiful daughter named Princess Hatsune. Oh my god. Princess Hatsune Miku. I dare say I know where this is going. Whenever a legend starts with a beautiful daughter, it inevitably ends with trouble. You're not wrong there. The curse of Miku. Princess Hatsune was so beautiful that she saw no end of suitors, and her father sought to marry her off to achieve his political ends. But the princess already had a lover, so she fought against her father's plans and even ran away several times, only to be brought home. I knew it, alas, that's what life was like for the daughters of powerful figures in those days. Well, Princess Hatsune lamented her fate. Must I be cursed with such misfortune merely for my beauty? And she didn't stop there. May no beautiful daughter be born to this land again. Such was the curse she left behind, before throwing herself down a well. Oh my god. And so ends the legend. Not what I call a happy ending. The princess may have had good intentions, but I'm sure no one else felt she was doing them any favors. Good intentions? This isn't how I interpreted it. Well, what's your take on this story then? When authority figures try to force other people's hands, they bring these things upon themselves. It's just asking to get cursed. Fair enough, I see a point. Still, the princess did take it a bit far. To me, though, it almost feels like that part was tacked on later. As if someone thought it would make the story more impactful, and that word of its would travel further if the princess killed herself at the end. If you're right, that would change the story completely. But there's something else that interests me more. Sumitaka became head of the Kuki clan in 1560, but he was so young that Yoshitaka had to be appointed as his guardian. His exact age at the time is unknown, but the common belief is that he was about 8 years old. Nothing unusual there. Premature inheritances were a common occurrence in those days. But consider this, when Sumitaka died 24 years later in 1584, he would have been 32 years old. Yes? Even if we suppose that Princess Hatsune was 15, their ages don't quite add up, do they? Age differences weren't so much a point of contention back then, but even so, that is a bit odd. Which begs the question, did Princess Hatsune really exist to begin with? No, we need to have our Princess Hatsune Miku. And even if she did, was she really Sumitaka's daughter? Agata Magatama was unearthed at the place where the princess was supposedly buried. But that could easily have been planted there to lend credibility to the tale. Well, once you start doubting, it's hard not to see lies everywhere. True. And the pursuit of the unknown starts with belief, doesn't it? Well said. A certain occult researcher taught me that one. You don't say. Cookie, Princess Hatsune. The Kuki clan, the pirates who became feudal lords. During the Sengoku period, Shima province was home to a number of local clans, among which the Kuki clan was just one of the many pirate clans operating in Ise Bay. However, things changed when Koki Yoshitaka correctly read the changing tides and allied himself first with Oda Nobunaga and then Toyotomi Hideyoshi, both powerful figures of the era. Rising to prominence as commander of the Kuki navy, he became the feudal lord of Shima province, founding Toba Castle as his base of operation. For, for some reason, like, I just read Toba Castle, and like what flashed in my mind was Takeshi's Castle. While Yoshitaka was in the service of Nobunaga, the head of the Kuki clan was his nephew, Sumitaka, with Yoshitaka serving as his advisor. Despite his position, Sumitaka was little more than a puppet lord and died young, purportedly due to illness, just 2 years after the Honnoji incident. However, some theories suggest that he was actually poisoned by Yoshitaka as part of the scheme to seize control of the family. Kitano confirmed culprit. I wouldn't be surprised with his track record in the films. Legend of Princess Hatsune. Koki Sumitaka's daughter, Princess Hatsune Miku, was said to have been a woman of great beauty. Sumitaka planned to marry her off as a part of a political marriage. However, Princess Hatsune refused, saying that she had already promised her future to someone else. Upon learning that Princess Hatsune's beloved was a member of an enemy clan, Sumitaka was enraged and insisted that she marry the person he had chosen for her. Although Princess Hatsune Miku made numerous attempts to escape in order to be with her lover, she was caught each time and forced to return home. Despairing of her fate, Princess Hatsune lamented her beauty, naming it for her predicament, before throwing herself down a well in her sorrow. As she did so, she prayed with her last breath that no beautiful woman would ever be born in that land again, or so the legend goes. Despite the tale persevering as part of a local folklore, many questions about the accuracy of Princess Hatsune Miku's legend remain, including Sumitaka's age at the time. Oh, I just realized something. Koki Sumitaka died or was assassinated exactly 400 years ago. Is that significant? It is. A special spiritual significance is attached to periods of 400 years. It is sus. For instance, the cycle of death and rebirth supposedly lasts 400 years, and some stories claim that the soul endures for 400 years. Of course, 800 years mortals have twice that lifespan, but as you can see, 400 years is widely considered a good cutoff point. So there's a chance something happens after 400 years. Maybe. In any case, we should probably tread carefully here. Sounds to me as if we're in the right place at the right time. Ama divers have a long history in the Tobashima region. Evidence indicates that free divers have been fishing in the area since ancient times. You don't say? Most notably, it is said that Oben, who once presented an abalone to Yamato Hime no Mikoto, was the very first Ama diver. In fact, there is a shrine dedicated to Oben in Kusaki that is considered a sacred place to Ama divers of the Tobashima region. Is that so? She must have been truly legendary. Moreover, there are several poems in the famous 8th century poetry anthology Maniyoshu that depict the Ama diving in Shima province. Ama divers also appear in dozens of ukiyo-e from the Edo period. Clearly, they were a popular theme. It's quite incredible to think that their method of fishing has not only endured for so long, but has been recorded in such exquisite detail. There is another point worth noting. Ama divers have long been likened to mermaids for their skill and grace, yeah? You could even argue that the Ama diver culture that is so deeply rooted in this place is interwoven with the region's mermaid legends. Ah yes, there is a theory that the mermaids of Ise Bay were simply Ama divers. It does seem likely there's a connection between the two. I wouldn't be surprised if they were the originators of the legend. Perhaps, but I'd be beyond disappointed if that's all there is to it. Oh, right. By the way, there's another legend surrounding the Ama divers of the Tobashima region regarding something called the Tomokazuki. Okay, the one that we learned about in the beginning. The Tomokazuki? It is believed that an Ama diver may encounter a copy of herself underwater, who will then offer her an abalone. If she accepts, the Tomokazuki doppelganger will drag her to the bottom of the sea, never to be seen again. Ah! Kyuke, please don't spring scary stories on me out of nowhere. That's why the Ama divers of this area wear the Seiman and Daman symbols on them while they dive. It's a tradition that has continued right up to the present day. There must be some reason for it beyond pure superstition. Interesting. On another note, the Ama divers of the Tobashima region possess such exceptional diving skills that, in addition to fishing, they also saved people from drowning and fetched objects that had sunk to the seafloor, right up until the Meiji era. Well, it sounds as if they were true diving professionals. Exactly. In fact, after the Heike were defeated at the Dan-no-ura and were lost beneath the waves. Oh, we're back to the Heike already? I wasn't aware there was a connection. Well, after that fateful battle, who do you think they sent to reclaim the legendary sword Kusanagi no Tsurugi from the seafloor? 2 Ama divers. Ooh, that should be big. Where's the sword now? Aha, so the lost and found services were being employed even back then, eh? And while they were diving, they came face to face with the vengeful spirits of the drowned Heike. That makes sense. Oh. What if the condition... then it would make sense why the Heike spirit would dislike Ama divers, because they would feel like they stole their treasure. So maybe the condition is be an Ama diver? Oh. The condition for the curse. Kirke, please. You're going to give me nightmares. At least that's what's depicted in the ukiyo-e entitled In the Western Sea, the diving women encounter the Heike in the depths of the water. Such a deep connection. To think that Heike were even once depicted with ama divers, they truly are a symbol of the Iseshima region. Yes, but the setting for that ukiyo-e is Dan no Ura, which isn't anywhere near here. Hmm. Still, it does go to show that ama divers have held a deep connection to the sea for a very long time. Let's keep going. And when we're talking about the Tobashima region, ama divers are always going to be key players. True, if you ask me, they should be brought up before the pirates. Mind you, the Navy had a crucial role to play too. Right, well, as fascinating as all of this has been, Kirke, I'd say it's high time we return to our primary topic of interest here. Oh, and what would that be? Mermaids, have you forgotten already? Personally, now that we've visited Ise Shrine, I'm more or less satisfied. That Kirka, you disappoint me. We didn't come here purely to chase legends, did we? And here I was hoping we could move on to buying souvenirs next. You know perfectly well that the true purpose of my voyage is nothing more or less than a treasure hunt. Right. Of course, I'm sure all this information we've been gathering will come in handy as well. First things first, let's head back to the inn. From there we can plan our next move. Oh, at least it's not like retrospection. Treasure hunt, wow. After collecting information about mermaids and returning to their inn, Abby and Kirka have a meeting to plan for their true objective, the treasure hunt. But I think that's going to be enough for tonight. And I was thinking, because I might not be able to stream anything on the weekend due to my personal plans, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a stream again tomorrow, same time, 9:30 UTC. I feel so bad that I failed the whole star thing, because I just mixed them up, because I was just too focused on the Steins Gate reference. But now it's very I mean, we've been we've done quite a lot, and now this chapter was quite exhausting in the sense that it was mostly lore drop, which is good and is much needed for us to get the whole story, but at the same time, with like so many different stories, so much information, I was getting overwhelmed in the end. But I would love to keep playing, but then I'm like, I don't know how long this chapter is going to be, and like how long are we going to be there. So thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight or today, depending. Like, not sure what time it is. I would keep playing until I finish the game, but that's not possible. But we got one ending, and it was really bad. So again, thank you so much, and have a good night, or good rest of your day, or good morning.